Welcome, Traveler Episode 2. So, you guys formed a mercenary unit. A little short-handed tonight, so I have adjusted the difficulties on the two missions that are available. You guys would be rolling back into Startown at Zion Trey, and you would have an opportunity to refit and spend your 35 grand each of you made on your last mission. Also, we have 10 reputation points. So the simplified version of running the mercenary company is you guys are going to get reputation points, which can be spent to do things like those mafiosos and that's how you say it, the mafia guys and the yokels that you guys had on the last mission. You can choose to hire them, like as full-time employees, or recruit people like them, for example, or buy equipment or stuff. 10's not a lot of points, but they'll give you a start. And I will have a list in future sessions where you'll be able to use a catalog to buy things. I'm assuming that the Colonel, who's played by Vanguard, will be injured from his last experience, and I was like, Sterling might have, been off on a little escapade to have more illegitimate children, so they've stepped off the boat for the time being.
So do we establish any sort of base of operations?
You guys haven't yet, no. You don't have anything to store.
You were squatting in the TAS.
Yeah, you are. You're squatting in the TAS, which is, Ghost is providing that. And it's his one, little 2-bed standard hotel room. It's not, anything fancy.
Well, without the Colonel here, I guess I'll lead this little party. Oh man, that's a bad idea.
Do we need to call you sir? Sir?
Yes.
Sir.
Roger that.
Do you like sir sandwiches?
I don't know what sir sandwiches are.
Sir, if I start and end my sentence with sir, it's a sir sandwich. Sir. Sir.
Ah, understood. No, that's too many sirs. I'm retired now. You don't have to do all that.
It's Sir Perfilis.
Yes.
I'm here all week.
Okay, so why don't we see what resources we do have available?
So the company it's still wildly in debt, mind you. The investor that started you up, he spent $1 million of his own money to get you all licensed and everything, and you guys bought a little bit of equipment out of your own pockets. But other than the pay that you guys get, which when it says base pay on these cards, base pay is $30,000 a head. Every plus, where it says hazard pay plus, that is time. So hazard pay by itself is your base pay again. And then hazard pay plus is your base pay twice. And then hazard pay plus is your base pay 3 times. Same thing with reputation. You get 10 reputation for each successful mission. For every plus, you get additional. Where it says performance plus or minus, if you roll into, say, this top mission, and you guys kill a bunch of civilians, you may very quickly find that you only made a little bit of money on that. Because, killing civilians might be negative 100,000 per head.
Right.
So, just, normal things you have to contend with. So, you're all in the TAS. The Colonel's getting worked on. Let me go ahead and help you with one of these. One of these missions you guys already had a file for, but the new one, in the task, you'd have this lovely woman and 2 small young men show up. And she is going to have a mercenary contract on a tablet. She's gonna knock on your door.
You want me to get that, sir?
Yep. Go ahead.
Welcome to. Do we have a name for our industry? Welcome to Newly Formed Mercenaries Incorporated. How can we help you?
Raid. It's Raid.
Welcome to Raid. How can we help you?
The woman's like, I'm Kia, and I'm the ward for Master Sierra's. And she weighs the two, like, they're like 9 years old. Little boys next to her. She's like, I've been authorized to seek mercenary assistance for a rescue and recovery mission, and I heard that your unit was available.
That sounds good. Do you have any details?
Can I come in?
Oh, of course.
Shit, vampire?
The little kids too.
She's like, yes, yeah. This is Mike Serra and Ike Serra. They are the sons of the Peter and Lucilla Serra, who are the book. Give them titles. They are the prime paladin and the spokeswoman of the House of Serra. And she's saying this like you should recognize it, and I don't know your character's backstories well enough. Vanguard's character was definitely going to know them because he was higher military, which means that Ghost might know him for the same reason. The Serra family are like high nobility. They are like King, Queen of England kind of high nobility, where it's just a household name. Most people are going to know who they are, and she's more going to be a little confused that you don't immediately recognize who they are if you don't.
I'm a belter. I spend my time in space. I don't care about people.
They're not from this planet. When I say royalty, I mean of this humankind in the galaxy. They're not native.
Oh, so I might be jealous of them. I'm just playing it off. No, of course. I knew exactly who you were. Come on in. Let's get those out of the spotlight, right? Is that what you like to do?
So Kia's going to be like, I'm just trying to get this task taken care of that I've been given. My master and mistress have found themselves in an incredibly difficult position, and technically acting as the wards of these young nobles allows me to commission you to help them. She comes in, she notices Ghost and Deacon, and she greets them. If you guys don't stop her, she's just gonna kind of ramble on and be like, so Peter and Lucilla took one of their personal ships to try to evacuate civilians from the front line as a humanitarian mission, and it got shot down, and they're stuck on the planet, the planetoid, I should say, of Dispo 51. Now, when she says Dispo 51, you guys are watching the news. That's one of the planetoids in this star system that the Chiton have currently overrun in their recent offensive. It is a settled human planetoid, but it is currently in kind of a guerrilla warfare resistance kind of thing, trying to fight being annihilated. And several high-profile nobles have, done things like, fly in and save civilians. So this isn't unheard of.
So you want us to fly into a active war zone to save a couple of really famous people?
Yeah, that's the gist of it. I would like you to fly in and retrieve the royals and bring them back out. It's not an overly complicated mission. I would be willing to provide bonuses for any civilians that you could help if you have open seats. They were there to save civilians, and they will have a small guard with them that will need to be retrieved too. But I want to give these boys their parents back. It's pretty straightforward. You do have a ship, right?
We could. Do you have a ship? Do you have access to a ship or
Yeah, I've got access to a scout ship.
Okay.
Whether or not that scout ship is we'll see what happens if it doesn't quite turn out cleanly if we take a little bit of damage getting out of there.
It is a combat zone, so an armed ship would be a wise decision.
Yeah, my ship is not an armed ship. If you guys have an armed
Yes,
ship,
it is. The scout ship is armed.
Oh.
Should be armed. I'll double check in it. But it should be. It definitely has the capability of being.
Okay, yeah. It's not like I know how to fly my ship yet.
Well, you also need a crew. So, like, the guys with you will have to be part of the crew. But you have enough people, you should be able to do basic flying. I am now looking up your ship to see if it's armed.
It's got a double turret.
How many
Yes.
people?
Double turret is slots. It should say weapon if it has one. How many people? You're asking Kia?
In the scout ship.
It can be flown on one if you have to. It can't really operate effectively on one, but
No, I'm just trying to figure out how many people we can save. How many seats we have in the scout ship.
It's got 4 staterooms.
oh, here, you know what I could do, because we kind of have the PDF in the game, is I could just, go here. Come on.
It's page 190.
It'll take me a minute because it only goes up to 99 on quick skips.
Helped her.
I feel like we're all having this hushed thing as she's just like tapping her foot waiting for us. Like, does your ship have any weapons? Like, could we actually do this?
You all probably are having that conversation. You never used this ship before. Yeah, so it specifies a double turret, meaning it can carry 2 weapons, or 1 weapon twice over. But you'll have to specify what weapon it is in order to use the weapons. It's weird. I thought the one I had already had a weapon in it. Maybe I had a special one. It's a scout ship. No, doesn't specify anything. Anyway, you guys do have a ship.
Can we get back to you, ma'am?
Yeah, she's like, I have a few more units I wanted to pitch the offer to. I can circle back to you guys in an hour or so.
Yeah, here's our cell phone number. We'll give you a call as soon as we make a decision. We're just trying to schedule together the right crew to make this happen.
Okay. And she shoos the kids out and she's like, I'll be in touch.
Do we want to do that, or we want to assassinate somebody? I mean, I think that was the other mission, right?
I like the idea of saving some nobles. It's a lot of good reputation, maybe.
Yeah. Have you fought one of these Chitin guys?
No, not from close up.
The stories I've heard are like they shoot lasers out of their eyes and rip babies in half.
Why are there... Okay, hold on. Why don't we do some research on these Chitin then?
You said you were part of the military campaigns that Vanguard's character was in?
True.
You would 100% have first-hand knowledge of the Chitin.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, you guys have faced them before in-game when we did our practice sessions, so you know what they're like. And
Yeah, let's go.
you'd know pretty much all that.
Okay, so we know that they are slightly weak against fire, but fairly badass.
The general military tactic used to kill them is to use vehicle-mounted weapons or heavy weapons. The standard power armor trooper that was the unit that Ghost and Maul would have been a part of used suits that look kind of like this and are about 10 feet tall.
Yeah, I like the idea of saving some nobles, but I'm not the greatest at combat, and I don't know how well we can deal with taking out Chitin.
I mean, let's start with, do you have a pilot for your ship?
I can fly a ship.
Yeah, I guess.
His kind of ship?
I can fly a ship.
His double turret comes with a beam laser and a sandcaster as its weapon complement in the double turret. I want to write that down.
It's a what and a what now?
A beam laser and a sandcaster are the two weapons that are in the double turret.
Is this a small craft ship?
No, it's a starship.
Spacecraft versus capital ship?
Yes. Most vehicles are spacecraft. And this vehicle is a spacecraft. Your capital ships are like aircraft carrier style size. Like huge ships with like hundreds if not thousands of crew. And small craft are like fighters or shuttles. And then this is in between. This is a multi-crew vessel, but it's not nearly as big as a warship.
Yeah, I can fly a spacecraft. I'm not as good as the. I like my spaceship's a little bit smaller, but I can get her where we need her to go. Do you have anybody that can shoot a big old gun?
It also comes with an air raft built in, and I thought that it had a docking space for a. Oh, it doesn't. I thought it had a docking space for a like a launch, but it doesn't look like it does. So you just got the air raft. That's interesting.
Would that be a gunner skill to use the weapon?
Starship gunner? Yes. Let me make sure I got that right.
Gunner has capital, artillery, screen, or turret.
Yes. So it's going to be turret, probably.
It's not vehicle heavy weapon.
No. Vehicle heavy weapon is ground weapons.
Oh.
Yeah.
All that being said, we should look into getting some kind of warthog-like vehicle if we're going to go onto a planet with these Triton.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We want to be able to run away super fast.
I don't think the scout ship, we don't have a launch, right? Can we fit a vehicle on the ship?
It's got some kind of cargo bay, I hope.
It does have a cargo bay. So I've got the specifications for it pulled up over here on this one. It can hold 12 tons of cargo. So when you look at the vehicles, it'll tell you how much the shipping number is, and that's if you take it apart and pack it into a container, how much it takes. Also got 4 tons of docking space. So I'm guessing if the vehicle's less than 4 tons, you can store it intact. And then when you land, it can be disembarked. Not sure how that works. Is there a cargo elevator? A cargo bay?
It looked like there was a hexagon.
That's up and down. That's a passageway in and out.
Is that go to there?
Yeah, probably.
That looks like it's. Ah, jeez.
It's in about the right spot.
Yeah, I guess that goes up to this turret.
Oh, you know what's interesting?
Oh, there it is. Iris valve up, iris valve down.
That iris valve only goes down. That iris valve only goes down. That one goes up and down. Deck 1's in between. The cargo bay's above the rest of the area of the ship. That's weird. Oh yeah, you can see doors on it. Doors for the cargo bay open out of the top.
I think that the cargo bay is down at the bottom, the turret's at the top.
No, absolutely not. Look at it. That goes up, down, and that's in the cargo bay. That means it has to be in the middle. Right? That one only goes down.
Yeah, so the cargo bay is down below them.
Yep. Oh, there we go. There's two of them. There's another one back here. This one goes up.
This one only goes down, so that's
Yep.
all the way at the top. See, I know my own ship. Or the ship I have access to.
Yeah.
Oh.
The current?
Also says,
Go ahead.
I'm also looking at the crew, the Astrogator. Is that one? Can I bring in my my buddy that I played music with, who's also got a PhD in astrophysics?
That's your contact? Is he an ally or a contact?
He was a contact I picked up while I was a performer.
Okay. As long as he's not a human player, you guys can talk about hiring on crew members, and I also suggest that you hire on a couple of grunts as well. You have 10 reputation points, which allows you to pull a squad in if you want.
Okay. Can I get a minute to go get my dog a treat so she can stop being so annoying?
Absolutely. I feel like Ghost is distracted too. I bet his kids are out.
They are. And my dog's going crazy. I want to hire the yokels. Maybe if I can't hire all of them, and a couple more.
They come in
Get like 2 yokels.
They come in standard sets of 4, and I wasn't going to let you get that precise about it because it's going to get super fucking complicated if you do. That was part of where I was like, do you want to do it really generic like, or do you want to drill down super into the weeds? So I divided everything up into discrete units. So you can hire them 4 at a time for 10 rep each, and they are permanent as long as they don't get killed.
Well, then I can't hire on his guy, so never mind.
You can pay him actual money. Hiring on his guy was something I was going to be like, okay, he's going to want money. Are you going to pay him out of your pocket, or how are you going to do it? Reputation was to buy, like, the other thing is hiring a contact to be an astrogator, that's not permanent. That guy will come on and help you one time. He's not a permanent addition. Although in reality, you don't need a dead. Like, you guys are perfectly capable of running this ship. You are overthinking the shit out of this thing. It's not meant to be that hard to do.
So I don't think anybody has an astrogation. I can't run anything on the vehicle, so.
You run them sensors.
I have 2 ranks in mechanic. Does that mean that I'm probably decent enough to be the engineer?
I think engineering is its own thing. Engineering is its own thing. Engineering is a thing with sub things, so it's got J drive, life support, contract, and that doesn't mean that there won't be mechanics checks, as far as maintaining it and everything. But like I just said to Ghost, you guys are overthinking this a lot. This game is not meant to. It is not meant to be that in depth for what you're trying to do. Like, you're not trying to be a starship crew. You're just trying to drive a taxi from point A to point B. Now, if you guys want to get into starship combat and you want to really, really get into it, then it will get complicated. It can get complicated. But that is not the impression I got from you guys, is that you wanted to be a starship crew. So this is basically just it's the A-Team's van.
Well, then we can just hop in it and go to the planetoid.
Pretty much. I mean, there's going to be some very basic stuff as far as checks go, but you don't have to even use the jump drive. So the astrogator is not actually going to do any astrogating, because you're in the star system as both of these missions.
Gotcha.
You don't even have to take the scout ship. It's just the ship you have access to. But you could totally, like last time you guys borrowed a shuttle. You could totally borrow a shuttle again. That makes you feel better.
No, we need something with weapons, though. We're going into a war zone.
That shuttle had weapons. Pretty
Oh,
sure.
did it?
I'm pretty sure. I'll double checking. I mean, it wasn't like armed to the teeth or anything. None of them are.
Alright, well, I think we should still hire the rednecks. We'll take our 10 rep points to do that. And take them with us. But that's 4 less seats that we have for civilians. But it is more firepower to bring with us.
The Warthog only holds 5 people.
You guys have one? You know, you got an air raft in there already. So if you're just needing a vehicle, you got that. If you want something armed, though, you have to check out the money for that. So the deployment shuttle that you guys borrowed last time has 2 weapons. It has a fixed mount beam laser sandcaster, which is the exact same armament your current ship has, and an anti-personnel PGMP, which I believe is a particle cannon. So it's actually quite well armed considering it's just a shuttle. It also has a passenger capacity of 36.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, we have to rent that shuttle, or I guess we're renting the scout courier. Sounds like we're trying to get trying to save some rich people.
I mean, yeah, when you put it like that.
Instead of trying to assassinate some terrorists.
Yeah, we should cut our teeth on saving people.
Is it?
I was looking through trying to figure out which ship has a bigger capacity for more people to take out. Because either ship we would be renting. And while I do have access to rent this ship,
It's not really a rental for you, Deacon. You were a agent of the Scout Service, and so basically what they did was instead of mothballing their ships and storing them, just leaving them somewhere, they let former members like you check them out like a library, and then if you are in an area where they need a ship, they can basically draft you and say, "Hey, I need you and your crew to go do this," and the deal is you go do it. And that's kind of how it works.
so we're sort of like reserves-ish.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
You're also responsible for maintenance, so if you get the ship banged up, you have to pay to fix it.
Okay. And we'd probably be liable for fixing anything else that we rent, so...
So your options, the scout shuttle you borrowed last time is over here, as far as like the specs for it. You want to look at that?
But the scout shuttle can't have the hovercraft or anything else in it.
No. So the scout shuttle is a small shuttle. It is a small craft. It is the hopper shuttle. The air raft is like the same thing as this thing. Once again, it's a size difference thing. The deployment shuttle, the word shuttle, it is a shuttle. It is tiny. It's like a fighter craft, except this one's designed to carry people, and like it's a school bus. The ship you have that is a scout ship is a big effing ship with a floor plan. It's a big ship.
So we could get more people in the scout ship.
Well, that has nothing to do with size. that has so how many people you can cram in is how many people with a life support designed to keep breathing. You could have a cargo ship that has 1,000,000-ton capacity, but it can only support 2 people.
Fair enough.
And I think, let me double check in this. I thought it said somewhere on here what class it was. I guess it doesn't. Oh, engaging other small craft. So if you read the description, it does tell you that the shuttle's a small craft. Your big advantage of having the big ship is if you do get into a space fight, the big ship has more hull points, and it's a big starship. Although the deployment shuttle is pretty heavily armed and armored for its size, and it's also more maneuverable. The disadvantage of the big ship is it's a big target too, and it's more expensive to repair. And because it's so big, you may not be able to land it directly where you want to go. Of course, that may be the case with the shuttle anyway, depending on the situation. Actually, if you guys are dedicated to doing the harder mission, the Royal Extraction, then I will tell you definitely can't land either one of these vehicles directly on top where you want to go. You're going to have to get either a ground vehicle or an air raft or something to go the final leg of the journey.
The scout ship has an air raft, though, right?
Yep, sure does.
And how many people does the air raft hold?
Let me get out the core rulebook because it's in there. Why is it not put in the easy way to find? Hold on, it's not coming up with Control F. Air raft. Passengers 5. One pilot, so it's 6 total. On page 144 of the core rulebook. It's an open-topped G vehicle. This vehicle, so air rafts are funny because they're open top, but they are capable of being dropped from orbit. So you can, in theory, leave the ship in orbit and drop this thing and then fly the air raft through if you all have vac suits or something. That is a thing that some people do. However, the more common thing to do would be to find a safe place to land the scout ship, set it down, and then take the air raft to wherever you're going.
Well, I think it's cheaper for us just to take your scout ship then, and then fly the air raft, because everything's already included. We would have to rent the shuttle and purchase a vehicle if we were going to do it the other way. Not to mention we'd have to take the vehicle on and off the shuttle from cargo and like all of that mess. So my vote's the scout ship and the air raft.
Can we mount some kind of turret to that air raft?
No.
I mean, it's open top, so we can shoot out of it with our own personal guns.
Got it. We're gonna bring all 4 the billies.
No, they won't fit.
I can bring 3 of them.
I'm driving. No, we can bring 3 billies.
Nope, because we've got people that we're bringing back out. That's just going to be us going in.
They're gonna stay on the ship and make sure the ship doesn't get invaded.
Yeah, they can do that, yeah. They can babysit the scout ship.
With your extensive military knowledge, you are going to see a flaw in that plan. whole we're just going to be the ones that go, you'd be better off buying another air raft or something than taking that approach. Which air rafts are so incredibly common, like that's an easy thing that you can buy, rent, etc. And you can fit another one in the cargo space that you have. Just saying. You guys have fought these things before.
Yeah, we can do that.
How many air rafts could we fit? We're gonna go in there and try to pick up a bunch of civilians. Maybe we should just bring a bunch of taxis.
Okay. Well, you got 4 tons to play with. Let's look at how big they are if they're not stored. You can fit one more.
So 3 total, or just the 2?
Just the 2. It's probably not a coincidence that its tonnage is the same as your docking capability.
Okay, so we'll get just the 2 going. We'll bring the rednecks. Where are we?
Does it mean that I get to actually drive one of them?
Yeah.
I can drive a hovercraft. Can't really drive the ship all that well, but
Okay. So you, we'll say an hour passes. Kia gives you guys a call, and she's like, I've talked to a couple other units and got quotes. Are you guys going to be available for the mission?
Yes, we would like to do it.
Okay. She's going to do a little bit of haggling, but for, not having to manage the unit's sake, we're going to say that you guys agree upon a price and you guys win the bid to be the unit that does it. And she says, good luck and hope to see you soon. She gives you contact information.
Excellent. What was her name again?
Kia.
Kia?
Yes.
And is Sarah Cera?
Sira.
We're going after Mike and Ike's parents.
Yep, Mike and Ike's parents. Their names are on there, so they have Sarah on there.
Peter and Lucilla.
Yep. As Prime Paladin Peter Sarah and Spokeswoman Lucilla. Remember, they're high nobility.
Prime Paladin. Supreme Spokeswoman?
Not just Spokeswoman.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay. So you guys get up in your scout ship. You've got an extra air raft crammed in the cargo bay. Since it launches out the bottom. Guessing it falls out the back is how that works. Makes sense. And you've got your 4 extra crew members. And we'll say 2 of them are the guys that you already are familiar with. Like they came straight over from the other unit.
Jimmy and Polly? We now know Joey and Bill?
Yep. They're their other cousins. Their other cousins.
This wasn't the guy that was Porky Pig in the other day, right? No, he was a Gook.
Oh.
Let's lock and load. I'm gonna give this new ship the once over, making sure that it's space worthy.
Sure, give me a check for it. And Deacon, you got a mechanics check, and you've been on these ships a couple times before. You can help them with that.
Yeah.
Is that a piloting check? Is that a mechanics check? Is that a?
It's supposed to be a mechanics check, but I'll let you do the piloting thing. Because pilots are famed for their ability to be able to work on their own aircraft.
I mean, that's legit what my guy did the whole time. I have a check for either one of them. Like, you say it's mechanics, that's statistically one better than me doing spacecraft.
So the mechanics check. Is
Yeah.
it education or intellect?
Rolled a 9.
It's gonna be an education for this one.
Education. Okay, so I got a 10.
All right. So first thing, it's not new. It's definitely a mothballed old ship. So relative time frame kind of deal. The leap in technology would be it's late World War II tech compared to what we have now. So it's not by any stretch of the imagination new. It is, however, in very good kit. Like it's been taken care of by Scout Service personnel. Clean. Everything's assembled. It works. So.
I feel good. I don't see any holes in the seam. I'm pretty sure all of the bolts are in the spots that it needs to be in. But see, this is a real fancy ship. It's like futuristic almost.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, no, Scout Service. We did some good stuff here and there. I was never the main flyer of the ship, but
Well, you're captain now, at least according to port authority that's clearing you to depart right now. They're going to ask what your destination and mission are.
all right. Crap, I didn't actually write down. Oh yeah, I did write down the planet.
We're going to Dispo 51 to save the Prime Paladin and Spokeswoman.
So that's going to raise some. I was like, really? All right, wow. Also, what's your flight? What's your ship's name?
The SS Fuck If I Know.
Writes down SS. Fuck if I know.
That was when I make up some name.
Yeah, you name it.
you ought to, Deacon, because technically you're the captain.
Yes.
Like the rest of the party doesn't have any hold on this ship. It's leased to you personally.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this ship will be known as. I'm trying to think of how over-the-top Queen themed I should be. The Queen's Smile.
I'm gonna go with Rhapsody, huh?
So it's logged, unless you want to change it.
Like,
Yeah, no, Queen Smile. That's good. That's
All right.
good.
All locked and loaded. And you guys are exiting the planet's atmosphere and heading off towards your destination. I will need one regular piloting check from anyone, 8 or higher.
How's 11 do?
It does great. This thing, you do a couple barrel rolls. You really appreciate this thing. Now, as you approach closer to the asteroid belt that the smaller planetoids are kind of lined in on this part of the star system, you definitely start picking up the signs of the conflict. There's friendly warships. There's enemy ships. The enemy ships are bioships, so they read weird on the sensors because they're basically life forms. And as you get closer to Dipso 51, you realize that it's a very Winter Wonderland style planetoid. The terraforming that made the planetoid habitable was only mostly completed, and the atmosphere is incredibly thin. Furthermore, there are no friendly ships in orbit, but there is an enemy ship. It's hanging off in the distance. It's in a high orbit. It hasn't seemed to detect you guys, but you do see it on your sensors.
Can I roll a military style check to, tactics?
Yep.
Would we be able to beat this thing?
Sure.
Or should we run?
You can roll a tactics roll. It could be an 8 or higher.
Can you copy some more dice?
Sure.
You got a tray over here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the tray. Never mind. It's just 2d6. Oh, I got a 6.
Okay, well, a 6 doesn't quite give you... So, you are a Marine. You know enough to look at it and say it's a comparable size ship to yours, but you're not sure about whether or not you could beat it or not. You don't really have that kind of knowledge. I will say, if you run, it's mission over. But But you don't have to attack it either.
I mean, if it hasn't seen us, let's just try to sneak by and land.
Yeah, sneaky. Let's go
Or do you wanna
sneaky
try
style.
to sneak up on it and attack it?
No, we're here for different reasons.
Extraction. Good.
Yeah, there's no need to attack it.
All right.
Do we have any like unnecessary substance? Can we try to lower our electronic signals as we're trying to enter the atmosphere a little bit faster than we should?
You absolutely can. But it's going to be, you're going to be busy on the piloting controls unless you're going to hand that over to someone. So someone else is going to have to do it. It can either be a electronics check or it can be a mechanics check.
I'm gonna bark that out as I'm worried about the ship on the sensor.
Actually, if someone wants to roll an engineer M-drive check, you can completely kill your signature.
I don't have that. I'll try computers.
I was ready to go mechanics check.
Either
Do
way,
it.
I need an 8+. You can both do it if you want.
11.
Okay. That what we want to go with?
Yeah.
Okay. So with your 11, you are 3 over, so that effective 3 gets added to the piloting check. That Kizik is now going to roll to try to land without as much power as he should have, which is a 10+ to pass.
Four, five, six. 6 plus 3 is 9.
Oh.
Scraped it. Came in close.
Yeah, so basically what ends up happening is, at the last second, you have to flip all the switches and turn the emergency power back on. Flares your signature significantly, and you crash through a bunch of trees. But you do, technically you crashed, but there's no appreciable damage. It was just a really rough landing.
Any landing you walk away from is a successful landing. I say as I rub the back of my neck.
Yep. A wise man once said, "You ain't rubbing, you ain't racing."
Okay.
Slightly...
You guys are set down in the middle of a wintered forest. You are about 12 kilometers away from the closest settlement. There is a beacon, or a "please come save us" kind of beacon coming from that settlement.
Let's get the airships out, or the air sleds. What?
Air rafts.
Air raft.
These things are open cockpit, and as soon as you guys open the cargo bay, one of the first things you notice is it is about 15 degrees Fahrenheit outside.
Yeah, we got a bunch of coats in here.
Yeah, you guys can improvise cold weather gear, or if you have something better than that you want to wear, you can.
Good thing
Yeah.
I got my advanced desert suit from last time.
The desert suit is the opposite of what you want.
Yeah, not gonna help. I had the Enviro suit though.
Now, I've got an emergency soft suit that's
That's for
that's
being vented. That's for being vented to space.
I mean that's pretty cold in space too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we've all improvised some sort of cold weather gear, whether it's blankets duct taped into jackets or whatever. But we're all set up. The yokels are wearing things that they've killed. So
That's good.
Yes. They've got squirrel pelts on.
Billy, we're not wearing the desert suit again. It's the third time I've had to say it.
but it looks so cool. I mean, I painted my rifle with this tan camouflage. It's gonna blend right. Oh, it's not, is it?
I know it looks cool. You want white paint.
Oh,
Although, if you drop that rifle, you'll be able to find it.
okay. All right, so you guys roll up into the rafts.
Can the ship take off immediately from where we are right now?
Yes.
Does anybody, can we set up some kind of like sensor so that if the door gets opened, we get an alert?
That is a remote ops check under computers.
Will an 8 do it?
And 8 will do it. 8 or higher.
So close.
You gonna tell everybody else what you set up?
Yeah. So, this thing's gonna beep if somebody opens the door after we close it right now. Beep, beep, beep.
So I can't go back inside?
Only if you have to pee.
Damn it. Okay, it's okay. I'll just be cold for a little bit.
But
You're right.
if you're gonna pee off the edge of the hover vehicle while we're speeding through the town, I feel like it might freeze before it hits the ground.
Yeah, depending on how high we are. Just create some yellow snow.
That's the other question is, how high do you want to fly the air raft?
Not very.
Okay. So, who's piloting what and who's spotting?
Well, I'll be looking out, because I am not a pilot.
Okay. I want piloting checks. If we're above treetop level, it's just an average check.
Can we have one piloting for both of them, or is Deacon going to drive one? I'm going to drive one.
Well, we do need someone to pilot each of them, but if you want an NPC to pilot one, just let me know.
I was planning on piloting one of them, unless are any of the Bobs particularly good hovercraft pilots?
You take the first one. I got your tail covered.
All right. And are we flying above the treetops?
Yes.
Give me a perception roll, Ghost, since you're on the lookout with the binoculars.
Alrighty then.
And piloting is dexterity?
Piloting is, yes, I believe it's dexterity.
Okay, sweet. That is a 12.
Awesome. Should have been flying the other ship.
Got an 8.
An 8 does it. Kizik, did you crash?
I got a 11.
Awesome. Alright, so you got 2 ace air raft pilots who are like in formation, and they're so close to the treetops that like the top whips of the treetops are actually hitting the bottom of the air raft periodically. And they hold it stable enough that on your binoculars you're able to zoom in on the campsite or the settlement site that is sending the distress beacon. You see several burnt out vehicles, and you can already tell that whatever settlement that is, there's nobody left alive there.
Ooh, but that's where the beacon's coming from?
That's where that beacon's coming from. Yes, realize it's a whole settlement under attack. You guys didn't even look to see where the guys were. So this is just the first thing you've come across.
What do you mean we didn't look to see where the guys were?
You didn't look to see where like the Duke, or what not Duke, what did title, the Paladin and the spokeswoman, like, you guys are like, we just land. It's a whole planet.
I'm sorry, I was under the impression that the ward lady gave us the mission and the location.
She gave you exactly the words that I gave you. Meaning, she knows that they were on the planet somewhere, helping evacuate civilians, and their ship crashed. That's what she knows.
Okay, so is the beacon from their ship?
No,
Check that out.
that was an emergency beacon.
Okay.
Did you see any crash chips?
No, I saw a encampment.
What's up, Nix? Thanks for coming back.
Gotta find a crash ship.
So you guys can do some sensor checks. Try to find other wreckage, other beacons. There's going to be a lot of them.
Do we know anything more about this Prime Paladin other than his name? Like, does he have any?
His father's a really important member of the Alliance, government. He basically is. He's of the nobility, but he's one of those philanthropist style nobles. Like, he tries to spend his money and his fame helping people. So he's very popular.
I was gonna be like, does he have any logo or anything? I was gonna ask about a family crest or sigil, but I feel like we're a little bit in the future.
I mean, they would still have a family crest or sigil. I just don't know what good it would do you from an air raft.
I don't know if they'd have, if there would be whatever symbols for the Prime Paladin anywhere. That might be some sort of a trace that he's somewhere close.
I mean, you can search for it. You go ahead and look around. I mean, have you guys searched? Did you guys make your rolls for the beacons?
Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay. Anyone else taking a look?
I got a 4.
Oh, all right.
I guess I'm also looking for beacons.
Yeah, I was trying to fly the ship, not look for a beacon.
Alright, I'm looking for other crest ships.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a recon check. So recon plus intelligence for your perception.
That is a 3. Wait, no, 4. Sorry, forgot to add my intelligence.
Ah, a 4. That's doesn't quite make it. Okay, so you guys have a couple of different options. I mean, you can keep flying around and making checks, or you can land at the encampment that you know it's decimated, but maybe there's some intel there.
I guess
Keep flying around. Hopefully we can find, like, we need people alive to save.
Yeah. Are there any other beacons that we can see right now?
So what we're going to do is we're going to spend some time. I'm going to roll a d6. 3 hours later, you guys are going to come across another beacon. And you're going to give me a computer's check to try to lock onto it.
It's a comms check, a sensors check.
You can do either one.
Everybody gets to roll them.
Everybody gets to roll. If one of you finds it, you can point to the other ones.
I rolled a 12.
All right. Kizik locks onto one and is like, I found it.
I got another sensor, guys.
Alright.
You found a sensor, or you found it?
It's beeping. The other one beeped, but we got to get close to it before we can. Did I find the actual one metagame?
You rolled an 11, right?
I rolled a 10 and I have a +1/+1, so I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12. All right. So it is a guardsman signal. So it is from the type of unit, the military unit that would be escorting the people you're looking for. It's not his exact IFF.
This is the best thing I got. I'm pretty sure the guys who guard him are sending this one. It looks a little bit more encrypted than the last signal.
Let's check it out.
All right. You guys fly over a settlement. And from a high-level flyover, you're going to see what loads on this map. Oh, well, maybe not everything. Oh, because it's not loading the buildings first. That's really counterproductive for what we wanted.
I see buildings.
Yep. Yeah, but it didn't load the buildings first, and I didn't necessarily want you guys to have that peek inside, but I'm just going to assume you're not that good.
I didn't quite see everything.
Yep. So when you fly overhead, this is basically what you see. You've got some forces of some distinct type who are actively fighting Chiton of various types, and only recently have the various types become a thing. Up until this point, you've mostly just been fighting drones. Since you got a 12, I'll say that the crashed ship here is definitely what's emitting the beacon.
Hostile zone. That's a crashed ship. That's exactly what we're here for.
All right, let's land on this side and help our people out.
Okay. Give me just 1 second, because I need to take the bio, and I'll be right back.
Also, this guy is awesome. He runs if you watch him long enough.
There. Oh, yeah, he does. When he comes back.
It's weird his animation's in a different spot for me. He just ran for me.
He just ran for me.
That's weird.
That's internet-based animations.
I'm far more curious about the random crew of people around this campfire. This
Yeah, I kind of want to just drop grenades from the shuttle. Oh no, they're just gonna shoot it with their lasers.
Yeah.
hopefully we can actually see that one up there on the roof.
I'm also pretty sure my head's about to explode.
You have a headache?
No, my guy's like legit psionic, and I'm pretty sure these guys are too, and I don't know how well it's gonna end. 'Cause I'm not a very good psionic.
Well, I will also take a bio break.
Be careful. Hey, it's a warthog.
It's a warthog. Yeah. Sure is.
That warthog has multiple guns.
Everything's showing up for you guys, right? We've got buildings, we've got Chitin tokens, you can see this guy, you can see these little guys.
Yeah, you can see one sneaking up on the roof.
Yeah, okay. We've got the groups of civilians over here.
Yeah, they're kind of weird.
What's weird about them? Other than the fact that, they're wearing lack of winter clothing in 15-degree weather.
Half naked.
Yeah.
Very cold.
That's the paladin.
Certainly looks like one, right? Alright, let me grab you guys. So we have... Oh, I need to tell Sammy something. Sammy, when you get into orbit...
Sorry.
I'm Sammy.
Yeah, you're saying.
When you fly over, you get a real strong... You've never encountered the Chitin before, right?
I have not.
Got a real strong hit from the telepathic psionic presence of these guys, especially that one, the big one. But more than that, you almost feel like there's something around here that's giving you a little bit of a boost to your psionic power, and you can take an extra psionic point for the moment. I'm not going to tell you why, but you can up your psionic point by 1.
Just temporarily?
Just temporarily. There's something around here that's boosting it. I don't know if you've told any of your buddies about your special Spidey sensibilities, but
no, not at all.
You would definitely be able to sense the presence of the big one. And he is physically bigger. The Chitin are already big, like twice the size of a human, but this one's even like 10-20% bigger than them.
Is he floating or walking?
He's walking and floating. He's got like a delicate thing going on where he is standing on those 2 legs, but those legs don't seem like they're adequate to hold him up. His eyes also glow. These guys are shooting their AKs at these Chitin as you guys pass over, and the bullets are bouncing off their exoskeleton like it's like you're shooting airsoft rifles at them. The heavy machine gun seems to be doing a little bit of damage, but they've been shooting at it enough to keep that guy's head down.
So have we landed?
I was going to wait for Deacon to return.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Then yes, you guys have landed. Assuming that's what you still want to do. The yokels get out. They stack up. They've got long-range rifles, so they're gonna, be willing to run up there and help those guys if that's what you want them to do.
Is this like geared? Like, can I send a guy in there to use the weapons and that?
You can attempt to. Common sense would dictate that if those weapons had ammunition, they would be being used right now.
Yes. That's what I was kind of confused about. Okay.
I mean, you can still
Alright.
try. The vehicle does look functional, even though it's really beat up.
All right, Roughnecks, head on up, and I guess we're gonna start shooting at Triton. Why don't you guys look around, see if you can't find the Paladin?
Okay. So you jump up there, and as you come up here, you see that there's a combination of local militia and Royal Guards, and Royal Guards are good to see because that's part of the people you're probably looking for. And they're like, "Who the hell are you? Where'd you come from?"
Are these guys Royal Guards?
These guys are. The ones that say guard in their name. The other guys are militia.
I can't see their name. It just is 3 of 4.
Oh yeah, they don't have names. These guys have names. There's 2 different types.
The ones in white versus the ones in gray.
Yeah, I was gonna come talk to these guys over here that aren't
Okay.
quite in the front line.
Okay, we'll have to take turns then. Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna start blasting.
Okay. Do you have a long range weapon?
I do.
Awesome.
It's a Gauss sniper rifle.
That's a very long range weapon. That's actually perfect for this. Go ahead and start giving me. So give me your ranged attack, your gun combat check.
Can I shoot the one on the roof?
Yes, you guys would have seen him flying over.
Alright, so my gun combat check is a... Eight. It's a terrible roll.
8 passes.
So that's 5d damage. $21. AP6.
Shit, that is a really good gun. Okay, and if you're shooting at the little one, that actually goes through one side and out the other, and the little effer falls off the roof down next to where he was going to jump onto these guys. Like, holy crap! Okay, who's next?
Do we go over the fact that we know that fire is their weakness?
I'm going to assume that before you went into combat with this enemy that you knew where you were going into combat with, that was it Captain Shear? Whatever he is. That John Shear, who's fought them before, would be like, if you get the opportunity to use fire, that's what you want to use.
Lieutenant Colonel.
But with that said, AP does more than fire does.
Are they 100 yards away from us?
100
Within
yards?
100?
They're within 100. Yes, they are not.
Okay.
They're not 100 yards away. They're probably like 25, 30.
Oh man, that's even short range. I've got a underbarrel grenade launcher that's about shooting incendiary grenades to these guys.
It's not short range. Short range is 5 meters.
I thought short range was 25% of your max range.
There's an actual range band description in the core rulebook.
I think short answer is you can grenade these guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to aim at them. I'm going to grenade them.
And roll your check. That's a heavy weapon, I'm assuming.
I rolled 2 1s.
Oh, no, Snake Eyes.
That's going to be a lot of fun. It's page 83 in the core rule. Looking for your range. So, roll your damage.
11.
Okay. That's not as terrible as it could be. You do fire damage, so I'm assuming you looked up how fire damage worked.
It is blast 3 fire.
Okay. You did not look up how that works. Fine, I can do it. I was prepared for the enemies to take this damage, not prepared for you to take it. Oh man, there's a lot of things. I can change that by doing. Okay, well, you have to figure out how much fire damage is. Not the core rulebook. This is the core. It should be in there. Weather, vacuum, poison, falling, diseases, fatigue. Oh, here we go. Blast X. This weapon has an explosive component where it's otherwise able to affect targets spread across a wide area. Upon a successful attack, damage is rolled against every target within the weapon's blast score in meters. That's just you. Dodge reactions may not be used against it. Yet it doesn't tell us how fire works, so I guess it's just a damage type. So you take 11 damage. The vehicle catches fire and is going to imminently explode.
Can I try to pull him out?
On your turn, yes. But for the time being, we're going to go to Deacon.
Yeah.
I'm in my emergency soft suit.
Oh, your airbag went off.
Actually, it probably would, because it's designed for explosive decompressions. So it's very likely that it has some sort of emergency sensor function in case the operator's rendered unconscious.
I think you just Kool-Aid manned it.
With that said, it's not designed to be on fire, so you know, it's don't count on that of being a long-term solution.
Yeah, I definitely need to put it out, but like that gave me an extra +8.
All right, so Deacon, you've run up to these guards. You hear an explosion behind you, but there's lots of gunfire and explosions behind you, so that's not abnormal.
Hey, we're here. We're here to try to pick up the Prime Paladin Peter and spokeswoman Lucilla and anybody else that we can, and just get them the hell off this planet. Obviously, there's some chitin down here.
Yeah, the Paladins ordered us to secure as many of these civilians as possible. There's something here that the Chitin really badly want. They actually went out of their way to attack here. Good luck convincing him to just up and leave, but he's in that building behind you.
The tent or the big one?
Big one.
Okay. All right. I can. All right. Yeah. As you can see, the rest of my crew here, they've already started putting lead down range against these Chitins. So we'll do what we can to take out the Chitin first.
And that's when I shoot my grenade into the car.
You just Deacon, your back is turned to that whole scenario, so you just see the guard's eyes go like saucers, and he's like, oh man, that's not good.
Hey, we're here to help.
50% of the crew has done something good.
And so at that point, unless you want to take an action, because technically you still have an action. You've only walked over to someone.
Do you guys have stuff to make Molotov cocktails over here?
Yeah, probably. There's a medical tent over there. It's gonna have alcohol and rags and shit in it.
All right, I'll go over there and
Okay.
see how many you can make.
Give me one of those nifty mechanics rolls.
And it's intellect, most likely.
Yeah, you're improvising. The Billy Bobs are going to stack up on the barriers. And, I mean, this is what they're good at. This is long-range rifle shot. It's very similar to hunting. They're good at it. They start laying down fire, and they actually, this formation that's advancing on here actually, like, starts to try to get cover a little bit and move out of the way. And now it's the bad guy's turn.
I got a 13.
So that's
It was not boxcar, sadly.
5 Molotov cocktails.
All right.
All right. So this formation in front advances up significantly and starts laying down counterfire. The first shot sears through the guardsman on the 50 caliber, like he's not even there. His upper torso just disappears in a volley of laser fire.
Oh shit.
Ooh. Boxcars. This barrier that this Billy Bob is next to half evaporates, and this guy goes away. Joey Bob takes part of a hit, but is able to like dive out of the way, so he only gets like his shoulder caught. And Sammy, I realize you are otherwise engaged. Would you like to actively fight a psionic attack, or would you rather just take the damage?
No, I would fight it.
Okay, you need to spend 2 psi points and roll me a psionic check. But you only need to beat a 4.
It's 6 do it.
6 is more than 4. So you feel a psionic attack come in. And it's strong. Roll the NPCs real quick. This guardman over here that told you where the Molotov cocktail was, like shrieks and puts his hand to his ears like there's some noise he can't hear, and like starts writhing around on the ground. Deacon and John, roll me. What do you use if you don't have psionics? How do you defend against a psionic attack? I had figured that out. I actually think it's intellect.
So just a straight intellect check?
Yeah, it can be a straight intellect check. You need a 4 or higher.
Alright, I got a 9.
It's higher than 4.
I got a 8. Well, intellect, I got a 9.
That's higher than 4, so you're good.
Yeah,
You do see some of the militia being very negatively affected by something that you can't see. And Shear's familiar enough with this kind of combat scenario to know that it's very rare when that happens when fighting the Titan, but when it does, it almost always means that one of their big bads is in the area. Okay, it's top of the round now. All the players may go.
I'd like to get out of the burning vehicle, please.
Okay. The maneuver, you get out of the burning vehicle, roll around in the snow.
Yeah. Then I'd like to. I go 2 maneuvers and then I can take a action.
Yeah, it's 2 minor actions, and then you can take an action.
I'm gonna get a little bit better cover.
Okay.
Oh, that's much better. That's a 12.
Is that your grenade launcher again?
No, that's just the advanced combat rifle.
Okay. So it's 12 against, I'm assuming, the closest Chitin.
This guy.
Okay.
Then I gotta roll damage.
So is there any AP in that?
No.
Okay.
But that was just me rolling to hit it.
Yep. I'm just wondering if the weapon had any AP. And yes, you take your effect from your to hit roll and add it to your damage.
That's 12 damage.
Okay, well, it's nice and easy math. have numbers. All right. You wing one of them. Doesn't look like he took a ton of damage, but he took something. Go ahead, whoever wants to go next.
I guess I'll shoot from here if I don't have to move.
That vehicle is on fire.
It is on fire, though. I'm gonna move forward, even though I saw one of these fucking barriers just get evaporated.
I mean, it did look like it normally would have stopped quite a few gunshots, but you know that the weapons on the Chitin are quite significant. You run past a 50 caliber machine gun on your way there, but your rifle probably does more damage.
I have no training in that 50 cal.
Yes.
I have training in the sniper rifle. So
Your sniper rifle will probably actually work from all the way at the back of the map.
That's a good point.
I mean, you can no scope him if you want. I've seen you play Halo. I know what you like.
All right, I'm gonna try to shoot this guy in the head.
Okay, go for it.
Probably gonna get evaporated next, but
The guy next to you is Cyril Figasig real bad. He's just like holding the rifle up over the barrier and holding the trigger down.
yeah, it's been clicking for a couple seconds already.
Yeah. He's like, he's like shaking as he gets the magazine out and like is digging through his pockets for another one.
I got a 13 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits. So take your effect because it was an 8 to hit. So take your 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, and 13 and add that to your damage. And your AP 4?
It's AP 6.
AP 6, okay.
$20 damage, AP 6.
Woo! Alright, so... So you pop him. You pop his melon. And that one goes down.
Cool. Oh yeah, confetti comes out and says, "Yay!"
Yay!
Can I move then?
These are
I dove in and I shot. That's fine.
You still have technically one other minor action. Normally, you're only supposed to maneuver once, or until you take an action. But I'm totally okay with you guys dipping and weaving on this one, because I'm gonna let the enemies do it.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get out of here. Maybe here.
Don't forget, you can also take leadership checks, which is normally Vanguard's role. But if you don't tell what these NPCs what to do, I'm just gonna randomly move them.
Yeah, I don't. I want Joey Bob to get on that machine gun, but everybody else should. Man, no, they should all focus fire.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a tactics or a leadership, whichever one you want. Try to
leadership.
Leadership's the one you're supposed to use, but tactics is the one I'll take sometimes.
I've got a even score in both of those. Okay, so I rolled an 8.
Okay.
I have a 1 in leadership. That's 9. And then, is there a characteristic attached to that?
Yes, your social.
Ooh, okay. So 10.
Okay. So you tell them all to focus fire on this guy.
Sure.
Okay. Alrighty. So, and you tell this guy, Joey, to get on this gun. He's been winged anyway. So, I'm gonna have him do that, but I'm not gonna actually have him take their turn until everybody's gone. Vegan, you got 5 Molotov cocktails. This is way more than you can use, hold at a time. But you got them.
Yep. I take as many as I can carry up to here.
You can carry them all.
I can carry them all?
You can't just use them. You just can't use them all. Like you're carrying 5 beers.
Okay. See if Bill Bob or Jimmy Bob, if either of them have an arm. Are they within a range that I can reasonably throw? I know I kind of look like Uncle Rico and can throw the football over the mountain, but...
So they're not quite within throwing range. I mean, NFL throwing range, yes, but normal average Joe throwing range, no. But they are advancing.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I will. Can I prep these and wait till they advance to within throwing range?
Yes, that's a very good idea. I was going to call out. Did you light them? So
Yes.
okay, so you light them and you hand them out to Bill, Bob, Jimmy, and Mr. Shear. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Alrighty. Sammy's over here up against this tree, breathing heavy. His vac suit has been deployed. You don't know why or how that truck got on fire.
Nope. I was talking to somebody else and it caught on fire in the background.
Technically, still have an action.
Yeah, I don't think they're within range. They probably are within range of my pistol. I may as well shoot it with.
Yeah, they're
Right.
they're within about 30 meters or so.
Okay, yeah, I think my pistol is exactly 30-meter range.
Go ahead
We
and
should have used that truck, driven it into them.
that was what I thought you were gonna do.
Alright, so that is.
Perfectly set up for that. I just realized
30, so
it.
that's 10.
Now it's on fire though.
Just makes it better.
Okay, so you got a +2 to your damage if you roll a 10.
It's a 10 and 3Ds. It's 13. Plus 3, 16. Plus 2, 18.
Holy shit! You just okay. So another one goes down.
That was probably about as much damage as I could have hoped to get from that laser pistol.
Yeah, that was actually really good. Oh wait, no, he doesn't. He doesn't go down. I miscalculated. You did drive his endurance to 0, but he still has other characteristic that you got to take to 0. You got to get 2 of them down to do that. But you do, you legitimately hit that guy real hard. Enough to knock, we'll say you knock him back. But you don't kill him. Okay. Sammy, I think you haven't gone yet, right?
I shot one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I
That-
made it out of the fiery car.
That's all the players, so now I gotta make the NPCs and the militia go. So, Joey Bob here just opens up with this machine gun, and since he's focusing, because you told him to, on the same guy that Deacon just shot, he mows that guy down.
Fuck yeah, Joey Bob.
Just 50 caliber rounds, way too many of them if it was a human, but just the right amount if it was a Titan. And everyone else opens fire as well. They don't have a specific target, so they're just kind of spraying and praying. And then the baddies are going to go. And from around the corner, 2 of the little ones. Now, even Sheer, who's fought these things before, have not seen these. They look like they're like half-size, like dog-like versions of the same things.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
And they move really fast, and they got lots of sharp, spiky bits. And they come around the corner of this house, and they're running right up on you guys. You do also see 2 more that don't run towards you, but are running towards this encampment. They're not going to get to attack this turn. The regular Titan are going to open up wildly with fire, but seeing 2 of them go down in quick succession like that, definitely giving them pulse. As a matter of fact, most of them are backpedaling ever so slightly. Several of them concentrate fire on the Jeep, and just, they slag the shit out of it. But nobody was in it. Not that they knew that. So.
They're used to their vehicles being alive. I think that thing's alive.
Yep. The big one is going to do his thing again. Ooh. It'll be another side check. You don't have to deduct the points this time. But give me another side check, Sammy. You have to beat an 11.
6 doesn't do that.
No, it absolutely doesn't. There's a screeching in your head. And you are going to be unable to take any action other than to fight that psionic attack next turn. The other two players need to give me a intelligence check. You need to beat a 6.
I beat it.
I beat it.
Yeah. You guys can hear the buzzing, but to you, because you're not psionically sensitive, it's like wearing a set of noise canceling earphones and having someone yell at you. You can kind of tell they're yelling at you, but can't make out what they're saying.
Wow.
Yep. Okay, I believe that's the whole round, and we are now at the end of the round, and so that makes so any player can go.
You should throw your Molotov cocktails at these demon fucks things. These things. Kill these things with fire. Kill them.
Alright. I throw my Molotov cocktail right there.
Okay, we're going to treat the Molotov cocktail as it's a incendiary gun, because I don't think I actually have Molotov cocktail as a option.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out. Either I don't know how to spell incendiary, or...
Incendiary grenades are on page 120. They do 2d damage, blast 3, which means you could get both of them if you hit.
Oops. 120 of the core rulebook.
No, 120 of the supply catalog. Sorry.
I don't know what I just did. It's just a... I was going to say light ranged. What combat is it?
To throw a grenade, it's athletics strength.
Oh, whoops. All right. And it's dex mod, or is it strength mod?
Strength or dex. You can use either one for thrown weapons.
All right. Ooh, I did not pass that. That is a 3 minus 3 plus 2. So 2.
But not snake eyes.
Correct.
Okay, so you throw it and it just goes wild. It like hits the side of this brick building and sprays fire all over the side of this brick. But it doesn't actually hit these guys. It does cause them to veer, like they are definitely not fans of fire. So moves them a little bit. Alright, who's next?
You said I can't take an action?
Can't take an action. You got 2 minor things you can do. You can't take an action except to fight the psionic attack.
Could I reload my grenade launcher?
Yes, that's a minor action. Minor.
It actually says it's 2 minor actions.
Okay, that's fine.
Then can I fight the psionic thing?
Take,
or is that too much?
I think you can take 2 and then an action. I'll have to go check the rule. Tab. Combat. Tactics. Leadership. Significant actions and minor actions. Action summary. Each traveler can perform 1 significant action and 1 minor action, or up to 3 minor actions. So no, if you choose to reload, you cannot take a significant action and fight the...
Cool. Blood is going to come out of my eye or ear, like as I'm just actively in pain. I'm just going to reload my grenade launcher.
Okay, that's going to persist until you fight it, you know.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Cheer.
I'm going to throw my Molotov cocktail.
Okay. Athletic strength. Let's see, either dex or strength, whichever you want.
Right. So I'm going to get a +3 for this throw. And I roll. All things added up, 13.
Take your effect and add it to your damage. Damage is 2d.
It was an 8.
Dead.
Okay.
They both are immolated in fire and screech, and you can hear their exoskeleton cracking and melting away. And you're reassured to know that even these are vulnerable to fire.
Sweet.
Okay, so that's all the players. Joey doesn't have as much success with the 50 cal, and the militia don't seem to be making a dent. The rest of the Chiton aren't regrouping, though. They seem to be stunned by the damage they took and the fact that they can hear the screams of their allies, of their little like dog-like ones. These two run into the encampment, and you hear the guardsmen who are in the encampment opening fire. And you hear some screeching. Can't really tell what's going on over there, but there's definitely some combat going on over here.
All right.
Kizik, your guy is going to take 10 intellect damage.
Like, just to my intellect?
Yep, just your intellect.
What if I have 9 intellect?
Then you are unconscious.
I
Damn,
made
bro.
a bad choice. I pass out.
The good news is you being unconscious, psionic attack is going to stop. The bad news is you're going to need to either be revived or have to roll these resilience style checks. Wake back up. And
is it one of our turns?
yep, it's top of the round now.
All right, I'm gonna go try to save him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like run across the snow, dive under the tree, and try to drag him under the tree a little bit, and then I'm gonna medic check him.
That's exactly what you need to do. Okay. Just go ahead and roll it to 8+.
Okay.
As you pull him like his head into your lap as you start digging through the med kit, every soft spot on like his nasal cavity and his ears and his eyes they're bleeding pretty badly.
Holy shit.
Like he looks like he's got brain trauma.
Okay. 15.
Holy shit. Okay, you can come back to full intellect. I don't think you can go above full intellect.
I snap some smelling salts. I kind of dab your blood away. I'm like, how's that head, kiddo?
I'll make this screaming stop. Where is that? Oh, okay, where are we? We'll go.
We're in the middle of fucking a war zone, underneath a tree. You okay? Do you see how many fingers I'm holding up?
Yeah, you have fingers. We gotta stop the big one. I think he's the one who's putting thoughts in my head.
All right. Well, I'll try to get a shot off on him. The big nasty thing in the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna be all right?
You roll me over and I lay prone, and now that I have a grenade in my chamber, I'd like to try to lob it straight at that guy.
If you have the range to do it, go ahead and roll it.
How does a 10 do?
10 does it. Take your effect to 2 and roll your damage.
How does a 13 damage do?
You shot it at the big guy in the back.
At the big guy in the back.
There's an amazingly like nails on chalkboard cranked up to 11 scream, but only you can hear it. the whole thing is emulated in fire, and its tentacles are thrashing wildly as it's like picking up snow and putting itself out, which is displaying a level of intelligence that the rest of them have not seemed to really master. Its exoskeleton looks really charred. Some of its eyes look like they are burnt shut. It's actually pretty badly damaged from that single attack. It's also now backpedaling.
Take it out! I scream. Oh.
Deacon, you just watched a miraculous comeback. These two things have been emulated in Molotov, and Sammy's lobbed a fire grenade that seems to be doing really good work.
Alright, yeah, I've got one Molotov cocktail left. I will walk over, hand it to him, and then I'm just gonna go take out these smaller guys with my laser pistol.
Okay. Technically, that's 2 minor actions.
Left.
Wait a minute. Dropping something's usually a free action. So if you just drop the Molotov cocktail, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. That's fine. You don't really hand it off to him. You just kind of chuck the lit Molotov at John.
Whoa, I don't know if I had actually let that one yet. I know
It's okay, I caught it. I got it.
Okay. Deacon, as you come around the corner over here, one of the guardsmen has these 2 front spike things buried through his chest, and you can see them coming out the back of his chest as the arms of this thing push him off, and he staggers backwards and falls onto the ground. This one's toasted, and this guard is trying to use his body to shield the civilians while spraying this thing down with semi-automatic weapon fire.
So this one is reasonably far enough away where I don't think that I'll shoot.
Oh no, if you throw that Molotov in there, you're going to...
I'm not throwing the Molotov.
Well, you gave it away. Yeah, you can shoot in there.
Yeah, I'm shooting with my pistol.
Okay, go ahead and give me an 8+.
That is 9 plus 2. Yep, so that's an 11.
Okay, make sure to take your effect for your damage.
3 and 12 and 3. So if I can add, that's 18.
You kill it. So you shoot. As a matter of fact, you kill it so much that your laser goes in one side and out the other, and it stops. Like it was charging you for a second, and it's looks down at the gaping hole in its chest, like it's shocked, and then it sways back and forth before falling over.
Great chance to have more civilians out of here.
The sound of the 50 cal going absolutely crazy again is heard. It doesn't really do too much. Nor does the militia, even though the militia seems to have kind of gotten their shit together, being inspired by the new arrival's success. Ooh. So, the guy who's doing the screaming that only Sammy can hear, the remaining Chiton can obviously hear that screaming and have all turned around and ran to him. Completely withdrawn. They got their backs to the firing line now. And they're trying to help put out the fire.
They just beat the shit out of him. Stop being annoying.
And that brings us to the top of the round.
I'm gonna try to get my shot off.
Okay.
With my sniper rifle onto the big bad.
All right.
Where am I gonna have to go? I think I'm gonna have to go here.
I mean, as long as you got line of sight, you can do it.
Yeah, I got line of sight there.
I feel like you smelling salted me. I rolled over, shot from my belly. And you rolled over top of me, and we're sitting shoulder to shoulder.
Right. I'm now using you as a dead stop.
Oh man, that'd be nice. Right here on my shoulder. On my nice, slightly charred exosuit.
Right next to your ear.
You probably wouldn't hear it.
Yeah, you can't hear anything over the screaming in your ears.
I got an 11 to hit.
So close. Oh, it was 11 to hit. I was like, you get boxcars on this, and I'll let you go through one of them. Alright, roll your damage. Make sure you take your effect with you.
And that effect is 3?
Yep.
Okay. $22.
God damn. I didn't write down the first. How much damage did you do last time, Kizik?
13.
Close enough. Alright, so that shot rings out, and you manage to pop this thing right in the head, and it goes down. Brain matter spraying everywhere. It's partially mutilated thing, and as soon as it does, all of the chitin you can see stop and stagger a little bit, shaking their heads. Even the ones far in the background that are raiding the other buildings, all of them stop for a moment.
Did the screaming stop?
Screaming and Sammy's head stops because you don't know what that is.
True.
But it's replaced by tinnitus from a Gauss rifle shoot right by my ear.
So,
Gotta be loud.
high or low, Ghost?
Low?
Oh. I need a D100. Do we have one of those around here? Thought we did.
I was just playing with it. What was it?
Here it is. It's right here by this counter. Can you roll that for me? And you picked low or you picked high?
I picked low.
31. That's pretty good. Okay. So you've experienced this once before. One of the marine drops you did, where you dropped in from orbit, you guys happened upon one of these leaders before, and when you took them off, all the rest of them that were left turned into a rabid animal mode. They stopped acting intelligently. They didn't use technology. They didn't use their guns. They just clawed at you like mindless zombies. But they also didn't stop when they were shot.
Ruh-roh.
So you know that.
I don't know if I would have made that shot then. That's okay.
Oh, it's going to make them easier to deal with because they're not intelligent. But there is also something to be expected.
Yeah.
So Sammy still has to go, and Deacon still has to go, right?
Yeah, I think I took the top.
I think you did too.
We're about to go crazy, boys.
Yeah, I flip my combat rifle to full auto, and I'm gonna unleash on the closest one.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. Now, full auto. There's different ways you can do the auto settings for the auto rifle.
Yeah, full auto means I roll 3 attacks. It takes triple the ammo, and I do 3 damages.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Because you can also fire it in burst mode, where you just add that number to your, I think it's damage.
Correct. I heard, at first my brain cleared up for the first time, and then I heard, uh-oh, boys, and went, okay, damage control mode. So I get to roll 2 damages. 13. $25.
Okay. That one hadn't been hit yet. So it actually is. Well, I'll give it to you. It's technically a couple points short. But you spray that one down, you just unload your magazine, and it eventually, like, it's mid-step and it crumples to the ground and trips over its allies and kicks it. Deacon, it looks like you managed to secure this area. The guard that you saw get stuck through the chest, his wounds look like the flesh is dissolving from where the mandibles went through. It's actually eating through the clothes too, like acid.
That is rough.
He kicks him into the fire.
I'm giving each of you pieces of intel to decide whether or not to share with the party if you haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, I'd tell the other two guys. Yeah, those smaller ones with the slicey, with the fangs that will rip your frickin' skin apart. And am I within range if I'm here-ish to get this guy over here?
Yeah, you can take a shot at it.
Alright. I kind of wanted to try to move the car. This car, if I wanted to try to push it towards the Chitin...
I mean, at this point, it's so emulated in flame, it would be difficult to do anything with it. Like, the tires are on fire, it's so on fire. Have you ever seen a car fire up close?
I have not.
It's really actually quite impressive how flammable a car is.
Okay, so it is beyond the point.
Yeah, it's an inferno. Yeah.
All right. It's one word that I would get if I were actually trying to do it. I would get like far enough away. It's like, nope, that's a dumb idea. Get the fuck out. All right, I'm shooting. That is. Ooh, that's an 11. And so 9, 3, and 3 is 15.
Yeah.
That was on this guy.
Okay. Doesn't quite do the job, but it does definitely hit him. Like, you've done damage. Alright, and that's all the players, right? So now the Joey Rays. Machine gun fire doesn't quite do what it should. Militia's still useless. Alright, the Chitin. So they are in straight up rabid mode. And the first group, which is these two, just start sprinting, like almost leaning down on all fours, kind of sprinting. This group come around the corner at about the same distance. These guys that were trying to get into these back buildings also turn. And they start charging up too. The only thing that's kind of creepy about this is Sheer. You notice that they're all like, no matter where they're running, they're all like staring at you, like their heads are locked onto you, like a drone's targeting computer. Like you like the image of your face has been burned into their psyche.
Oh, fun.
Okay, that's actually all their turns. So it's top of the round again.
Oh, we gotta get out of here.
I'm gonna just shoot.
I know the Bobs have Molotov cocktails.
They'll be in range next turn too.
Yeah, if we can get them, there's no fatal funnel to get them all to have to run through, so we can just light them up. Yeah, they're clearly charging at the guy that took out their leader. Or was I smart enough to pick that up from what I've seen?
Are you asking if you saw them like all looking at me?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be really hard to miss if you can see them. Like, because all of their heads, it's almost like having robots. Like they're all like zoned in. Like even if they're running at a 45-degree angle to where they're looking right at Sheer.
Good. I'm gonna kill another one. Are you going? Are you cool with me shooting one?
Take him out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna shoot this guy. Hopefully.
Silence is deafening.
I missed.
Oh no.
I got a 7.
Alright, well, that is a miss. Do you want to take your minor action to do something?
I'm gonna stay here and shoot him. Blink. Oh nope, I'm out. Bye.
Well, I was gonna say, how low are you on ammo? Or do you want to run and get some cover?
That makes it 9 left in this magazine.
That's a lot for a sniper rifle.
It had 12.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run this way, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe get to there.
Okay, you made it past the car without anything exploding in your vicinity.
Nice.
But it is really freaking hot. You're putting it between you and them might help a little bit. All right, who's next?
Guess I've got a clear angle at that guy, right? This tree's not in the way. I'm trying to take out the little guys.
Yeah, I'll let you make it work.
Okay. I feel like I've gotten a 9 every time I've rolled.
Yeah, it's a hit, so you should take it.
It's definitely a hit. That's it's 11, so I get 3.
Hmm.
3, 14, and 3 is 20.
All right, for those guys, that's more than enough. So you drill the first one, and as he's running in, and he just kind of trips over himself. Sammy.
Yeah, I heard. Let's stay and shoot them. Blink. Oh fuck! And ran away. I'll chase after him and then take my shot from back here.
Okay, hold on. You're gonna run by that truck.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt me.
Oh, I can't show you the snake eyes. They did happen. So the tire explodes as you're running by it. Takes 6 damage.
Soak happen.
So does happen if you have it.
Shit.
Right?
Oh, I gotta actually shoot now. Sorry.
I mean, you don't have to, but it's probably a good idea.
Still in full auto.
Okay. How
9.
many rounds you got left?
I have 30 rounds left. 10. 11.
What kind of rifle do you have?
An advanced combat rifle. It's got a 40 magazine.
Oh.
I shot once. I went full auto once, and I used the underbarrel grenade launcher twice.
Gotcha.
10 plus 9. Oh man. Plus 18 is 27.
Which one of these guys are you shooting at?
This one.
It's the one that Zach already hit, I think.
I shot this guy over here.
Okay, that's not the one you already hit. Okay. All right. So 27. Yeah, you hit this guy, and he hits the deck. Takes a face full of auto weapon fire. And I think that's it for the players, right?
Yes, sir.
Joey on the 50 cal, now staring down a whole bunch of enemies, just starts unloading on the closest one. And the militia follows suit, but they're wildly inaccurate. And now it's the baddies. That's not good for him. This one jumps over this guy and grabs the 50 cal, rips it up off its mount, throws it wildly off to the side, and then grabs Joey by the face mask and just rips his little face off. Just basically rips his head off his shoulders with his claws.
That's one more civilian we can save.
And this guy, I have a little. This one comes up here and stabs this militia guy in the chest. And the militia guy just starts screeching. This is a guy that's fumbling with the magazines, and he probably would have been able to stop him, except for he was shooting an empty magazine at the thing before it got to him. These two in the back. I'm gonna make it up to here. This one. And that's the end of the enemies round.
Poor Cyril.
Yep.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna step over here and get another shot. Hopefully.
Okay.
On this guy?
Yep, go ahead and roll your stuff.
I got an 11.
Okay. Which?
$16. AP6.
Not enough. It's a through and through. You definitely hit him. It definitely hurt him. But it didn't kill him.
Damn.
Sammy, Deacon, which one do you use next?
We'll follow through. Go to the other side. He shot at the one in the back.
Yep. Both of these guys have actually taken damage.
Yep. Whichever one he shot at, it's getting shot again.
Okay.
That's a 13. That's a 8.
It's okay. It's already dead. Oh, those are just the hits.
Yeah. And that's 11. That's 14. That's 20. And that's a 7.
Very dead. It was this one, right?
Yeah.
Dead as a doornail. He only had 2 hit points left.
Oh man, can auto go to different?
Auto can go to different targets if they're within 6 meters. So you could move 2 of those bursts, because you can only move them in discrete bursts, over to one of the other ones if you would like.
Yeah, I take that little one. I heard he's poisonous.
How much damage is that?
That was 20.
20 kills it. Okay. Is that so? Now we got Deacon. Deacon, you look over. This Chiton that you've been shooting has just jumped over here and killed this guy in the 50 caliber in an incredibly gruesome way. You see Jimmy and Bill have both reeled back on their Molotovs and are about to chuck them. And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna just get some distance between me and them.
Good job, guys. Good job. You keep doing that. I'll be right back here.
And I'm gonna also see if I can convince this guard to join in the fight against these Chitin. Can I wait for Billy and Jimmy to throw their Molotov cocktail at this guy?
You want to hold your action? You can absolutely do that.
Yeah. I'll hold if they are able to kill him, then I'll shoot at this guy back here.
Okay. Well, let's roll their stuff and see what happens. An 11 will do it. So they chuck their Molotovs, and so yeah, they managed to kill him. They emulate him. He's on fire, and he just crumples. All his limbs curl in like a spider that's been sprayed with that can of a name brand of a certain manufacturer.
That's us. That's us.
Yep.
That's our name.
So it does also emulate the bodies that are there of the allies, but these guys are more worried about survival.
And that 50 cal.
Well, the 50 cal was already ripped off its mounting and thrown, so it's probably not in the best shape. The militia actually managed to score some hits on this guy. And they do a decent chunk of damage, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to stop them. It's just, it's not straight up bouncing off anymore.
And Deacon Kill steals in.
Might. So they've thrown their Molotovs, so you can do your thing now.
Alright, I'm rolling for hits. And that is a 9. I only get +1. Ooh, that is almost nothing. That is 4 and 7 and 1. So, 4, 3 and 1. So that's 8.
8 damage.
That's the worst of my shots yet.
Your bullets bounce off his armor. Just like the militias were earlier.
He's got lasers.
Your lasers bounce off their armor.
Yeah.
Looks like it tickles a little bit. Alright. Let's see if this one Chitin left does. His last one. That guy's got Molotov. Oh, you know what? He might be more than 3. Okay. Yeah, he can be alive. He won't be alive much longer. I'll roll him separate. This guy can only make it up to here. Jimmy Bob's about to have a bad day. This thing runs over here for Jimmy Bob. And it sinks its fangs into Jimmy Bob. It doesn't go straight through like the other one. He was kind of prepared for it. With the fire and everything, he's able to evade, but he's definitely been stung. But he hasn't been outright killed. And that brings us to the top of the round. Don't everybody jump at once.
Sammy, can you kill that little one?
I was going to shoot at the little one.
Okay, somebody kill that little one.
So decisive. I missed.
How badly did you miss?
4 plus.
Do you have a negative effect? Oh, 6. Okay, so you don't have a negative effect of 4. Okay. So you don't go ahead and finish off Jimmy, but you don't hit the thing either.
Correct. If I had some slightly more encouraging words, I may have hit him.
I took a step to the thing, flipped it down to burst mode, took a nice and
Got Jimmy right.
rolled a 10. That's +2. I hit it for 11 damage.
It's dead. Yeah, it's dead. So you shoot that one. All right, Sheer. Got one of the big bads left. Actually, they're not big bads. They're actually one of the lowest tiers. But one of the big ones left.
I want to try to save Jimmy Bob's life.
Okay. You'll run over there.
Watch out, that car's on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, he did fine. You have to roll snake eyes. You do your medic check.
Yeah, I'm gonna come sliding in baseball style and do my medic check.
Okay. So even though this thing's been shot, the tips of its front talons are like buried in either side, right around the waist, where Jimmy is. And you can see green shit, and as you see it, the acid from these things is starting to eat through both his skin and his uniform, and he's screaming his head off.
Alright, I'm gonna try to find some sort of stabilizing base powder in the medic kit. I got a 12.
Okay, that was your first aid check, was 12?
Yes.
Okay, that does it. So you find some alkaline stuff, and you're able to you identify it as an acid. You get some stuff in there. You're doing the best you can with what you got, but it's actually eaten part of his insides. So he's not going to be in action today, but you probably just saved his life.
Oh man, Jimmy Bob, you gotta stay with me, buddy. I know it's gonna hurt for a motherfucking while. Billy Bob, you go ahead and take Jimmy Bob, put him up on a stretcher. We're gonna get him back to the ship.
Bill's trying to do what you want, but he's also super occupied with the face ripping guy that's about to come running up in here.
Yeah.
And on his way over to help you, him and Polly Bob both open fire with their rifles. They've only got single shot antique style rifles, but they're still relatively high caliber. Not high caliber enough though. The bullets don't actually go through. Okay, let's see what happens here.
I haven't chatted him yet.
I thought you missed. You were the first one to go.
Oh, yep. Whoops. I missed. Yep. Never mind. I thought this was another round.
Nope. We're at the end of the round. I start resolving the enemies at the end of this one because you guys had the surprise round. Militia had rolled a 4. That doesn't get anything done. Bad guy rolls a 9. Oh, and he can get to you. Alright. I'm assuming you're going to oppose this melee attack.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so there's a couple things you can do. You can do the dodge actions, or you can try to grapple with him. You just got to tell me he's going to try to grab a hold of you and rip you apart. So you just tell me what you want to do. You know from your experience that they are incredibly strong.
I'm gonna try to dodge. I'm gonna try to get the fuck out of the way.
Okay. Dodge action. Dodging. Traveler who is dodging will inflict a penalty equal to their dex, DM, or athletics dexterity, whichever is higher, for their character's attack roll. Every attack must be dodged separately.
So it's a -2
Negative.
to your...
Okay, let me...
Oh wait, do I roll it? Or that's my DM. Okay.
Yeah, it's the DM for dodging. It's if we grapple, I think you do a roll. It doesn't matter. He failed even before your DM. So he doesn't manage to grab a hold of you, but he's trying, and he's now right on top of you. This thing's 9 feet tall. You've seen them up close before, but goddamn, they're a lot more scary when you're not in power armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn, you're ugly.
His little poisonous tipped pincers that are at his abdomen are dripping with green slime looking stuff.
Yeah, he's turned on. I'm gonna shoot him in the head.
Go for it. I think you take a negative DM at point blank range, though.
That sucks.
I think it's a -1 because you have a sniper rifle and he's engaged with you in essence. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I should have muted myself.
I got an 8.
It does it. Roll your damage.
So I don't get any additives. That's just 18 damage.
18.
It's armor pierce 6.
Armor pierce 6. That's important. Okay. So I'll add that. That is just enough. Okay, you kill him. Like, just barely. Like, you shoot him, and he looks like he's gonna attack again, and then he, like, leans forward and falls face first at your feet, just missing falling on you.
Oh, man, the super dramatic kill.
You backpedal, and his head falls right between your legs.
Right? The little sticky pincer things are on my leg somewhere.
You don't want that.
So close.
Alright. So you look around, and you're like, okay, that looks like the last of them. And one of the guardsmen runs up, and he's like, hey, that was really awesome, but we need to evacuate as many of these people as we can, because there's going to be more of them coming. It's been like this for days. There were like 30 of us just like 2 days ago.
Jesus. Okay, well, we have air rafts waiting. We're here for the Paladin, though. Do you know where he is?
The Paladin and the spokeswoman are in the main building over there. They've been trying to figure out what the Chitin are here for. They're here for something specific. They bypassed legit strategic targets to come here, and this is the middle of nowhere. There's something here they want. Sammy,
Okay.
Sammy, it's worth noting, you still have your plus to your psi. You still feel this, like, almost euphoric buzzing.
Can I triangulate it?
I will give you some chances to do that. I was going to let Sheer take care of his part too, because it's not going to be something you're going to be able to just snap your fingers and do.
Yeah. I guess
Well, he can start. Go ahead.
I was going to ask the guard if there's other vehicles here to help evacuate people.
We have some ground vehicles. If you're parked near a road with your ship, where did you land your ship? All the starports have been taken.
Yeah, we're landed in a forest. It'd be a pretty dicey drive out there, but
Yeah. So basically, you're running through the math in your head, and it took you guys 3 hours by air raft, so it's probably 9 hours by car, if they can handle off all the off-road terrain, which not all of them are going to be able to do, and they're certainly not going to be able to make highway speed. So you're looking at like delaying departure by a whole day to cart people out, or you can start making trips with the air raft. The other problem is your ship probably won't fit all of these people.
okay.
Like your, because it's your scout ship, that your passenger capacity, as soon as I find it.
Yeah, I flipped through like 3 or 4 pages and never found it.
Okay, well, you can convert cargo to passenger capacity at a rate of 1 ton per passenger, I believe. So, cargo capacity...
Per passenger, 2,000 pounds. Some heavy fuckers.
Yeah, well, it's because it assumes that you converted a room. So you can fit 12.
In addition to the staterooms?
Staterooms are what I was looking for. Okay, times 4. Standard so a standard stateroom holds 4 people per stateroom. So 16 people there. And yes, you can get 12 more in addition to that. So you're looking at 28 people you can take.
Okay. And that's assuming that we leave our air rafts here. Which, that's fine.
You have room for one of the air rafts by default, but you would have to leave the spare.
Okay. Yeah, you said air rafts are pretty common. So
They're very common. I mean, you're going to get back and the rental place is going to be like, what happened to the car? And you're going to be like, shut up, here's money.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Do you want to shake hands with the paladin?
Yeah, let's go talk to the paladin first.
Do you guys want to coordinate air raft transfers since you know it's going to take so long? Like the Billy Bobs are going to walk up and He's surprisingly on the ball. Oh no, not all of them. One of them's really badly injured. Bill Bob's going to be carrying Jimmy Bob. No, not is that who it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Polly Bob's going to be like, okay, so we should probably start coordinating trips.
Yeah, start grabbing civilians and taking them back to the ship.
It's like, oh, okay, who's going to drive the other air raft?
Am I driving an air raft while John and Sammy are figuring the rest of the stuff out locally?
It doesn't have to be you if you don't want it to be, but you guys did lock the ship. So you can send Polly Bob back with the key fob, to open up the ship. And then you can designate like a militiaman or something to drive the air raft. It's just I wanted one of you to be the guy who's coordinating the evacuation. What I was looking for.
Okay, so I guess I'm coordinating getting the 3 Bobs and the first 3 civilians off.
Okay. Medical evacuations. All right, so Sheer, Sammy, and Deacon, are you going to go into the building?
Yes. And the 3 most hurt people with the Bobs are going back.
I thought,
Although, are we sure that Polly's good enough to drive?
Polly's not injured.
Okay.
he should be alright. I thought Sammy was listening out for some psychic BS.
He is listening out for some psychic BS. He just hasn't figured out how to triangulate it yet. It's going to take time.
I'm trying, but I'm also still like I'm following you guys.
He's also not told you any of those.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so you walk in here, and it's going to be a mix of civilians. There's a little doctor station over in the corner, where like this doctor's been blatantly patching up the soldiers as best she can. There's like bloodied bandages everywhere. She's covered in like her hands are permanently stained with blood. There's no latex gloves left to speak of. And she's just like slumped in the chair. And as soon as you guys walk in, she like pops up, but she quickly looks you guys over and is like, "Oh, at least you're okay." And then back in the back of the room, you can see royal bodyguards around your objectives.
Okay, excellent. I'm gonna say, so the Chitin outside, the threat has been temporarily stayed, but we should get going, folks. We've got a scout ship on standby and some air rafts to take us to it. If you guys would just follow us, we're gonna get the fuck off of this planetoid and get out of here.
Prime Paladin comes up and he's like, "I'm Prime Paladin Peter Sierra, who I have the honor of addressing. You've done a fantastic service here."
I'm Lieutenant Colonel John Shear, retired Lieutenant Colonel. But I guess we're actually mercenaries. We're part of the raid mercenary team. We took your contract up from your ward, and we're here to get you off this rock.
Kia. I wasn't sure she'd be up to taking care of the kids when we went on to this mission, but she's done very well, apparently. There is something rather important, Colonel Shear. The Chitin are here for something specific. It could mean changing the war itself. And while I think it's very important to evacuate these civilians, I don't think we should leave here without finding out what it is. I will, of course, provide us adequate bonus if we can retrieve what it is.
Okay, well, civilian evacuations are already underway.
Excellent.
We can try to get some, excuse me, spokeswoman, but I'm sure that there are safer places for you. Maybe you guys can start evacuating your team, and we can start hunting around for whatever the Chitin are after.
So Peter turns to his wife, and they have a hushed but heated exchange, to which he turns back and he's like, Lucilla would much rather stay here until the evacuation is overseen. She's very concerned about making sure the civilians are evacuated. And I don't know if you are a married man, Mr. Shear, but sometimes there is no way you're going to convince your spouse to do something. I think we're going to stay here at least until the civilians have been evacuated. I would prefer to stay with you until we find out whatever it is they're after. I want to bring whatever this is home.
Okay. It could be one of you. Have you thought about that?
I doubt either of us could possibly be important to them.
Do you guys feel it?
Feel.
Peter,
I feel.
Peter cocks
good.
an eyebrow.
No.
Yeah, cocks an eyebrow, and he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And Lucilla kind of straddles up to you, which also raises an eyebrow from everyone in the room, and she leans in and she's like, And you feel her touch your mind.
Ew.
Yeah, I'll reach back out.
Okay. She's been trying to figure out the source of that signal, but you can tell as soon as you touch her mind, she's not nearly as strong as you. But she does manage to impart all of her knowledge of what she's been looking for. It's relatively certain there's some sort of psionically active crystal. She's seen images of it in her dreams, and it's somewhere here in this town. And then she steps back and she's like, "Actually, Peter, I think that it would make the raid team here much more comfortable if I did go back with the next batch of civilians. I'm willing to make their jobs easier. I don't want to be a complication."
Oh, thank you, spokeswoman.
Sammy, you know that the implication of what she just said is you need to find this thing before you leave.
Yep, got it.
Okay.
And Prime Paladin, one other thing, our ship is not big enough to take everybody here out.
That's quite concerning. How many can we take? Can we take most?
We can get a total of 28 people out of here.
Aye. Well, depending on how the casualties have been, that may be close to getting everyone out.
Yeah, And we also only have, as far as logistics go, we've got 2 air rafts. The first air raft has already taken one of our guys. Jimmy Bob is just barely alive, but he's already heading back to the ship.
Well,
with the 3 most injured people.
My ship crashed, however, I do know that there is a planetary, there's an orbital refueling port. It's in high orbit. It's relatively shut down, but it has a docked standard shuttle on board. If you have any people in vac suits that could fly one of the air rafts up to that, then maybe they could retrieve the shuttle while we search for this objective.
Okay.
You know, are any of your people pilots?
The best pilot that we have is unfortunately the guy that's going to find where this thing is. Our friend Sammy over here is.
Your character wouldn't have particular detail. Remember, all that psionic conversation has happened. Your Deacon's oblivious to all that. Like, he doesn't know that Sammy's the only person who can technically... Well, he's not the only person who can find it. He's the most likely person to find it. Like, your explanation there, Deacon wouldn't have known that.
So I'd be like, well, Sammy's our pilot.
Yes.
Then,
I'm staying here. You gotta find somebody else.
Can you explain why, Sammy?
We're trying to find the thing that the Chitin are looking for to change the tides of battle. The people that are in this room right now are going to go find a thing and get back to the planet. There's 20 people out there. One of them can fly a ship out. Although, if there's 20 people out there, we don't need to go get an extra shuttle.
Okay.
Yeah, what is our count? Doesn't seem like 20. It's 20 including us.
So far, you're good on people, then.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we don't need to go get another one. We just need to coordinate getting everybody back to our shuttle.
You also haven't searched the town yet.
True, there could be more survivors, citizen peoples. We'll just have to shoot them.
Are they survivors?
Not after we're done with them.
Oh. Yeah, so quick to pull the trigger.
We waited for the paladin to leave the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, I
before we
didn't
said-
say that. I didn't say that around other people. All right, so yeah, we've coordinated. These people are going to be our saved people, at least. And then I guess we'll start looking for something the Chitin are after. Do you guys have any idea what the Chitin would be after? I mean, like, they're bugs, right? Like, what do they covet?
I think they're looking for a crystal.
What gives you that idea?
I think they're looking for a crystal. It's,
Crystal.
I'll explain later. We need to move fast before the next wave of reinforcements come, but I think we're looking for a crystal.
Okay. I didn't see a crystal in this building, but I didn't really look around. So let me do a look.
It's
see.
not in that building.
Okay.
All right.
How do you know?
Again, hostile work zone. Things will come.
Okay. What about this? Is this a sundial?
That is a pillar with a sundial on it.
Is there a crystal on it?
There is not.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a wide circle around this car.
Did you do first aid on yourself?
I did it.
Oh, you did it. Okay.
That was from my intellect. I got hit by that car.
Oh, yeah, you got hit by the tire.
Yeah, I've got a little nick on my leg. I could have used some first aid.
I'm taking fire.
It's dried up night now.
Too late. I'm gonna keep going. I'll keep limping. Can I just actually? Can I directionally sense for life in towards the buildings?
Go ahead, give me a sense for life check.
That passes.
What is the number? What's the effect on it?
It's +3.
+3. All right. You get this one, absolutely. You know this one, but since he's walking through the door already, I'll also give you this one. So that door was boarded and nailed shut. It was.
Oh, well,
It was-
I'm not walking through it then.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry.
All good. All the doors, like if it wasn't, they'd be dead. So like all the doors and windows for these buildings are like hastily barricaded and boarded and welded shut. And you do see movement in there, and eventually you're able to get them to like move the dresser out of the way of the door. And when you come inside, they've like it's like they're squatting. Like you do know this used to be their house, but they've taken all the furniture apart to make barricades and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's very desperate living in here. But they're
Listen up, folks. We've got some air skids going out of here. We're all evacuating. You should come with me right now, and we will get you the fuck out of here.
wait. Who are you? Who are you guys? And he's like, dude, shut up, Kevin. It doesn't matter. They said we're getting out of here. Let's go.
We're Raid. Actually, your name's Kevin. You stay here
Why?
because I
Sure,
don't think you're worth any points.
surely I could do something for you. I mean, you know, I'm smart.
What do you do?
I say sassy things a lot.
Yeah, bet you do.
Have you seen any crystals?
Oh yeah, man. Are you one of the crystal grippers? I got some stuff for you. You can do your chakra, whatever the hell that is. Hold on. He comes back with some shards of broken glass. These are crystals, right?
Thanks, buddy. Go get on the ship.
Yeah.
Or
I get to leave.
don't trip and fall on that glass.
All right. Do you see anything?
As he's leaving, you hear him go, "What do you mean you can eat this stuff?" Crunch, 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 crunch.
Yeah, we run a quick recon in here. I'm pretty sure it's not in here. I'm not overwhelmed by the sense.
It is not in
Okay.
here. You can almost certainly tell.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I use
Uh,
We're gonna-
the rug there as a coat?
Sure. With that rug, you have a rug. Your rug now.
There's live people in the building up to the right.
Okay. We're gonna sweep the area as we walk.
Okay. These chitin corpses have already started to dissolve. The big one, the outer carapace is cracked from the fire, and the entire upper part of the body is brain.
Huh.
And it's gross.
I think I might stop and look at it for a second.
If you take the time to examine it more carefully, you'll see that like its brain and nerve bundles and its many eyes seem to have a rather intricate connection.
Oh crap! Guys, leaving.
You gonna try to pry the door open, or get them to try to open it for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna knock and I'm gonna say, "Hey, folks, if you're in there and you can hear me, I am Lieutenant Colonel Shear. I'm with Raid, and we're getting people out of here. We've got a ship, and we've got the paladin and the spokeswoman. We're all leaving together. This is your probably your last time that somebody's gonna offer you guys to leave."
And that paladin, he brought all the bugs. It's his fault.
That's what I said. But anyway, we're leaving. If you want to come with us, you can.
Okay, there's gonna be some arguing on the inside. Are you gonna try to convince them further, or are you just gonna walk off to the next objective?
They're grown up, so I'm gonna let them make their own decisions.
Okay.
Do I sense any crystals in there?
You're so close. You know it's around here somewhere, but you don't. It's in one of these two buildings. You're certain of that.
All right. I don't have a good read on the other building. Lieutenant.
You want to check that one out?
Do I? I still have a side point left.
These two decide that they're going to leave, and they work their way out. But the other two are like, "Nah, fuck it. They're lying to you. Don't go with them." They're like, "Nah, man." They're like, "Yeah, we want to leave."
All right. So we've got some air rafts down yonder.
All right, and like the guy reaches out and shakes your hand like real hard. It's like, "Thank you."
Yeah, no problem.
You see any crystals in there before you run off?
All right, hold on. You want to ask them about crystals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her name's Crystal. She's named after the jewel.
Give me a check. You need to beat a 6.
Like a persuade check.
A persuade or an investigate. It's going to be against your social.
You gotta
Just
beat
some hobo.
Or 8.
You got an 8?
I got a 5.
Okay. That doesn't beat a 6. Did you try 2, Sheer? So who said they got an 8?
I didn't say I got an 8.
I said, do I have to beat an 8?
Oh no, it was a 6 or higher.
I say, hey guys, crystals! And then Ghost is like, excuse me, sirs. Now that we're saving you.
You want to try it, Ghost?
Sure, yeah, I'll ask.
Social.
Social.
My social's really good.
Leadership them.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a leadership check. You're not telling them to do something. You're asking for information. Oh,
I can persuade them to do that, though, right?
persuade is what you should be using. Persuade social.
Oh, okay. I got a 12.
Okay. So as they're leaving, the guy's like, Crystal, that cult. And he points to the building that you had trouble reading. He's like, they worship a strange crystal that they keep hidden. They were like throwing themselves, the whole congregation, at the chitin when they attacked. And now they've barricaded, the few survivors have barricaded themselves inside. Good luck with those psychos. And then he waves.
Cult? Oh. That doesn't sound good.
I think that's the thing we're trying to get.
Yeah?
It's definitely the thing that we're trying to get.
Alright, let's do some recon on this building.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a recon check and tell me what you're trying to do.
So I wanna do a 360 around it, see if there's any points of egress that we could maybe take advantage of. Are the windows boarded up? Can I get a shot through a window anywhere?
The
See through a window?
windows and the doors are boarded up, but if you give me a A recon intelligence, and you just get an 8 or higher. You might be able to peek through a corner.
Why are you talking?
Everybody can recon it.
Absolutely. What was that, Deacon? You want to kick the door in?
No, I'm just questions like, why are you trying to shoot through the windows?
I got a 9.
It said look through the windows.
I said look.
Yeah.
I heard try to get a shot through a window.
Just to see if I can get a shot.
Visual shot.
All right. Is it just Ghost?
I got an 8.
I got a 5.
Okay. So Ghost, your character looks in and you see that there's some people inside, and they're watching a computer screen that has some very high-tech stuff on it. It's a tech level or two higher than what everything else you've seen here. Up against the back wall. Sammy, you look through the window and you see kind of the same thing, but you walk further down and you realize that the room that they're in isn't nearly as deep as the whole building is. And the back windows are painted on.
Overcomes to say, this is a weird building. I think it's... I don't even know what it is. I think there's only a front half of it.
Okay. You guys loop back to the front door, I'm assuming?
So this door is a fake door?
So, the building doesn't actually have side doors. I didn't have an exact model for what I needed.
Okay.
But there's a front door, and there are windows along the sides, but the back set of windows are just painted on. They're fake windows.
Okay.
Is there a chimney at the top? Can we go in through this ceiling?
There's not a chimney at the top. There also isn't a second floor where these windows are up here. It's a one-story.
So, although our other people that are leaving with us call these people crazy, is there any sense in just trying to talk to them at least?
All right.
Open the door, you're saved.
I was gonna say, hey, do you want more chitin to keep attacking you?
Since you guys have peeked inside, that's basically what you see. The front. You can't see the back half yet, but you saw the front half.
Can we put debt tape on the back door and just blow a hole through the backside, walk in?
You mean here?
No, on the backside.
Yeah, there's not a door. We would
So,
just
there's no.
Make doors.
Yeah, you could make a door in the back if you wanted. But you can't see back there, so you don't know any of that's back there.
That's true.
We just know the front half, as I'm trying to change my viewpoint to only see the front half.
Alternatively, sir, I cock my underbarrel grenade. I say, smoke grenade.
Yeah.
Let's at least. Can we try to talk to these people first, or do you guys always resort to fire?
No. Go knock on the door. You said crazy cult. Or that guy said crazy cult.
He may have, and these guys are probably listening to us as we're talking about crazy cults out here. But I'll go and knock.
Sammy, do you want to try another psych check?
Yeah, I'll reach out, see if there's anybody in there that's listening.
Okay. You need to beat a 6.
How about a 10?
Okay. You cannot touch their minds, but you know they're psionic. They're highly disciplined. And they are blocking you intentionally. But you do know they're there. Deacon knocks on the door.
Okay, this is...
Hello, fellow humans.
Greetings, mortal. What can we do for you?
Hey, we are part of a we're part of a rescue crew to get people off of here and get people saved from the Chitin. And we have indication that the Chitin are coming specifically to this building for a crystal that we suspect is here.
Crystal? There's no crystal here. There's no danger here.
Are you sure about that? Apparently the Chitin have gone over several other key military points to come specifically here.
We are completely safe here. There is no danger. Thank you for your concern.
I'm not entirely sure that you're thinking straight. I'm pretty sure that it's not the safest place here, but okay.
Is Sammy taking a nap?
Sammy's in prone position, waiting for that door to explode open. He assumes that John is going to snipe whoever's on the other side of that door.
I guess I could try. Just shoot through the door.
Good.
You're still talking to him. Dude.
I was about to say Deacon's more or less given up. It looks like.
I'm trying to think if there's any other stuff. Like, so you didn't hear any of that explosive battle that just happened out there, where we took out quite a few Chiton?
I did hear that. I also heard the lives of the individuals that you exterminated as they were extinguished. It was a compelling experience.
Compelling experience? What exactly are you guys doing in there, and how many people are in this house?
We are many. We are Legion.
You're a Legion?
They've been
Guys-
taken over by the Chiton Hive mind.
Yeah, it's like, do you guys have any concern whatsoever about the Prime Paladin Peter or spokeswoman Lucilla?
The affairs of mortals are advocates. Do not concern.
Oh, so you think you're beyond mortals, eh?
We are, in fact.
All right, that's when I take a few steps back. I'm like, yeah. I'd be shaking my head no to John Sheriff here's like, yeah, these guys, I thought they might be semi-reasonable, but
Can I shoot through the door now? Is that what you're saying?
maybe.
I want to show this guy how mortal he is.
Yeah.
I mean, are we sure that the crystal's here?
I give you a big thumbs up.
Okay, then we've got to get inside.
Yeah. Yeah. How mortal do you think you are versus how mortal we are?
He's running up and back asking questions.
Yeah. That
You gotta
that's the
stay
last-
up there. Be your deception.
Yeah, that's the last.
Wait for that
question
bolt to explode right beside your head.
No, the last question I ask is how mortal do you think we are versus how mortal do you guys think you are? And then I'll walk back.
Okay, so then you're not going to hear his response. But you would almost catch something about him saying that you don't have the gift.
All right, yeah, I'll step back and then I'll grab my pistol and be ready to shoot. So I wait for John. Here.
Okay.
Just destroy them.
I'm gonna put a round through the door.
I'm not going to make you roll for it because there's this thing called clairvoyance. So as soon as you pull the trigger, the guy just cannily, even without being able to see you, steps out of the way, and the round passes through, goes completely through the whole, completely goes through the whole building, hits nothing.
Oh. Well, this is gonna be difficult. Smoke him out.
So you guys are actively attacking now. So I'll give each of you one combat turn.
Does anybody actually have a smoke grenade to?
I do. Is there a crack in any of the windows?
I just put a hole in the door.
I mean, are there any big enough for a grenade? No. You're gonna have to make a hole big enough for a grenade. Probably with a grenade. Oh man.
That's a bad call. Deacon doesn't have any penetrating rounds.
Nope, I just have the laser gun.
Well, it's not just that. It's clairvoyance only costs one psi point. So
He's 20. Yeah, I'm going to unload on the door and make a big enough hole for a grenade to go through.
okay, he's going to attack you. Actually, he's probably not going to do it himself. He's going to have one of his minions. And they're going to use assault.
Is that in a...
Page 231. I'm rolling his side of it right. He just rolled boxcars. Okay, plus that. Oh yeah. How much damage? You are a shielded mind. To telepaths make opposed telepathy checks. So he rolled boxcars. Has a psi rating of 10.
I rolled a 2 5s and have a +1 on telepathy. That's a +1 in difference.
Okay.
I still die.
You don't die. You might be rendered unconscious, though. But
Man, that's a psi cost of 8. Whew.
yeah, it does. It actually completely drains the minions if they do it. They can each only do it once, which is fortunate because they can render the non-shielded. Like you're the one who's best defended against. If they'd done this to the other two characters, they'd be instantly rendered unconscious and take 3 times damage. It does 5 damage to your intellect. That's everybody's taking a turn now? No, Deacon hasn't taken his actual turn yet, has he?
Is there an actual hole big enough to drop the grenade through yet or not?
There, I think he said he did shoot a hole through the door, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yes, there is.
Does anybody actually have a smoke grenade? Because I do not carry one.
Take the stun grenade.
Alright, so I'll take it, and then drop it through the hole, and then dip out. That's still a whatchamacallit check, a athletics check to do that.
Yep. Well, no, if you're just dropping it through the hole. I mean, this guy rolled clairvoyance, so him and this other chick are going to actually be out of the way. But this guy who just rolled assault is 2 damage to have done it. Basically just burned all his points trying to attack Sammy. So he takes the stun grenade and gets knocked unconscious immediately. And since that they went, the girl is now going to go. It's the effect time. So it's a 14. So actually she fails. So, Sheer, this is the first time you've ever been telepathically attacked. And you feel it like it's like a migraine and the most annoying white noise you've ever heard, followed by blinding light for just a second. And it staggers you. And it was a very surreal, uncomfortable experience, and you know instantly you've been psionically attacked. But it does no damage. She's not able to pull off the attack effectively. She also just burned almost all her psi points.
Oh man, okay. So is it Jim Carrey's voice going, you want to know what the most annoying sound in the world is?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that puts it at the top of the round. He rolled clairvoyant, she attacked, he attacked. You guys all had an attack. So it's top of the round. I'm basically doing it one of you and one of them.
I guess I'm gonna kick the door in.
It is a significantly reinforced door with all the boards and stuff on it. You can do it. But you'd be better off in power armor. Do you have any tools, or do you have some explosives or shotgun?
I have an assault rifle.
You could try to. You could try to. Yeah, you could try to use a shotgun or the assault rifle to blow the hinges out.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. That's going to take your action to breach the door, though.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack. We're going to make it a chain, so you're going to do your gun combat, and if you succeed, you'll take the effect of that and add it to a physical, like, athletics check to push the door in.
Okay, I got a 11.
Okay, take your effect, add it to your next roll, which is a athletic strength check of 8 or higher to kick the door.
I kicked the door.
Door crumples in. All the 2x4s they've used to reinforce it snap after being riddled with bullets. And there's 2 unarmed people over here next to this bed. They're kind of like crouching down. Their eyes glow slightly yellow, like the same color as the chitons.
Fuck that. I'm gonna back away from the door if I can.
That's ready to come in, guns blazing.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm out of turn.
Okay, they have to take a turn now.
Okay.
Might as well use the last side point. It doesn't matter. So, Deacon, you now get the same experience. Flashes of light, annoying sound, white noise, like a momentary migraine that's extremely painful and yet over very quickly. But you know you've been psionically attacked, just like he did.
Ah, motherfuckers. Alright, well, I come in with my laser pistol out. Like, alright, you're gonna keep psionically attacking us, or are we just gonna take you out altogether? The hell?
Mortals cannot be allowed. Mortals cannot be allowed near the Nexus, and he's going to pick up a screwdriver and run at you.
Yeah, you should have killed him. Just shoot him.
Yeah, I'm shooting him as he's running at me.
Okay, go ahead and roll your check.
Ooh, that's boxcars.
He's dead. You don't need to roll damage. You drill through him. She shrieks, just this unearthly scream when you do that, and like falls to her knees and starts crying.
Should see if we could.
Weird yellow eyes.
Yep, still has weird yellow eyes. They're not as bright as the eyes were. Oh, also when he died, they flared like a piece of firework. She's not going to have a turn because she's incapacitated of sorts.
Yeah, can we just capture her?
You can try to restrain her and take her with you if you'd like. She's incoherent. She's sobbing. She's not answering questions, or she's not resisting you, but she's not responsive.
Okay, I'm gonna tie her up.
Okay.
What do I know about this TV?
It's totally not a TV.
Like I said, it's totally a TV.
It looks like it's some piece of advanced tech. Your other character would know a lot about it. Your guess is that it's some sort of encrypted computer, and it's humming like it's running something. You want to try a computers check?
Just straight up computers?
Computers plus intelligence, because you don't know what kind of system it is.
Sounds good.
10 plus.
How about boxcars?
Boxcars works. You hit a few buttons, and it's... So when you were psionically attacked, even though they did attack you, you were able to glean this combination, and you didn't know what it was until you started hitting this thing. You start tapping things in a certain sequence, and the wall slides out. And a room is revealed. And in that room, you see some sort of metal cage with something inside. And as soon as you see it, the word Psy Ember jumps into your mind. It is the weirdest crystal you've ever seen. It drips and the surface moves like it's liquid, but no liquid actually comes off of it, and it's not wet.
Oh, fuck.
That's the thing that they want, I think.
You think that that's what they want? What the hell else could it be?
I don't know, but I want to lick it.
How are you gonna get it out of there?
Actually, Sammy, that's not far from the truth. You are instantly enamored with this thing. The desire to touch it is almost completely overwhelming.
All right. Can I like smack him and try to pull him away from it?
Can. How he responds to that's completely up to him. He really, really, really wants to.
Because I want to touch it. I want to touch it so bad. But we have to move it, so I can just touch it a little bit, right?
I would touch the cage it's in. Don't touch it.
Yeah. Can I wiggle the cage? Does the cage wiggle? Is it bolted to the floor?
Now let's go find the paladin and see get some more manpower up here to pull this back.
Okay. So, in the time it took you to take care of that, a lot of the evacuations to the ship have been done. Let's see how many we got now. 2. You still have enough room for everybody.
What about the 2 unconscious guys?
I counted her. I didn't count this unconscious guy, but you would still have room for him too.
Good. He should get tied up too. He's just unconscious. It was a stun grenade.
Yeah, I'll tie him up. I'll take care of that while you guys are moving.
Okay. You guys are going to move So moving this thing on the air raft is going to be quite bulky and fun. But you can do it.
Okay.
Do I have time to look at any of this stuff over here? The really weird chair and the description?
Absolutely. You can totally look at that stuff. What do you want to look at first?
What exactly is written down there?
So, it's a journal, and it starts out very, very sane. This is a commune of psionics who were out on this backwater to try to escape persecution because, I mean, psionics, while not illegal in our version of the Traveler universe, there's a lot of prejudice and a lot of fear, especially. People can just read your minds. People are afraid of them. So they started this secret commune as a way that they could exist outside of the social order, and there were about 40 of them on this planet originally. As the pages go on, they found this crystal on this planet, and they all were like drawn to it, just like Sammy was. But eventually, one of them, the leader that you lasered, who appears to be the author of this book, managed to like mind meld with it and found out that it's super powerful. And then it starts getting super creepy and like world domination. It talks about like the evolution and the new phase of mankind and all this weird babble that doesn't make any sense, but it's definitely one of those, something happened when he melded with it. And he also started, you can kind of glean from that book, turning the order into a much more cultish angle. He starts referring to the other members as his disciples and such.
I don't feel bad about killing that dude. That was weird. Okay. I guess I'll have to talk more about Sammy about the whole psionic stuff.
Can I ransack the front side of the building?
Sure, what do you want?
What's in the crate? What is this crate? Can I take the crate? Can I unbolt that? Totally not a TV. And just take that with me.
Yeah, it's all about cargo space. It's about the size of a 42-inch TV.
That's too big.
You can, but it's light. But you are going to be like walking out of their house with the TV, and I'm sure none of the other members of this town who are evacuating with just the bags on their back, are going to think that's suspicious.
Do I know anything about these crates or this other?
Most of these crates are emergency rations and their equivalent of a microwave. It's mostly just survival supplies. Just like the other buildings, they've kind of redone the building just so they can survive in here. This was originally some sort of church.
Is there anything psionically that reaches out to me that I want to put in my pockets other than the giant?
The throne seems really interesting in the background.
I resist the urge to sit in it. We gotta go. Triton, they're coming.
Cool.
Okay.
I keep my eye on him to make sure that we're actually walking out.
All right. So, they've managed to make a couple of trips. So there's only a handful of people left behind when you guys get there with the crystal. The 2 militiamen have decided to stay and hold the line. And it's pretty much just these people when you arrive. Back here with the crystal. And when the air rafts come back, both of them come back, and Holly and Kevin's driving the other one. And they're like, "Hey, there's like a huge formation of Triton heading this way, like hundreds of them."
All right.
Do they know where the ship is?
That didn't look like it, but whatever we did, they're angry and they're coming from multiple different directions.
All right, so we can take 4 people, really.
You've got 2 air rafts that hold 6 people each. The crystal thing is going to be your problem.
Is that one?
It's
No.
it's going to take up at least 2 seats, and that's being optimistic. But you're going to need to secure it because it's not going to fit in the seats. Like you have to secure it to the air raft somehow.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of cable. We can start wrapping it in. I want to lay it straight down so we still have some kind of optimization.
So
Okay.
try to lay it on its side and then lash it with your rope.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a survival check to tie your knots.
Does survival get a... Oh, I don't even know what that would be.
You can use intelligence. You could use education if it's higher.
If I use education, that's an 8.
Okay. Well, that gets it tied onto the roof. So that should give you enough to get everybody out of there.
All right.
Awesome.
So we all know that Chitin are going to come after this crystal.
Hmm?
We're going to put all of our best shots with the crystal and put all the other nubs in the other one.
Yep.
Okay. So the air rafts lift off. And as you guys are, let me make sure the map's clear. I got all your tokens. I got all the civilian tokens.
Hi, Joey Bob.
Yeah, you left the corpses behind.
Oh, yeah.
They were burnt.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing this. All right, sweet. I got my my pelts that I'm now wearing.
So you guys are lifted off and flying off, and as you rise into the air, the pilots do keep the air rafts as low as they can, but you can still see swarms of them. Like it looks like a line of ants moving in on a piece of sugar. They like overwhelm the town very quickly, but they don't seem to be following the raft.
Okay.
And you guys will make it all the way back to the scout courier with the 2 air rafts. Unfortunately, you're going to have to abandon one of the rafts here.
Yep. The cheaper one.
I just assumed you were going to leave the rental.
We turned the rental back in, but it's really the one that's supposed to go with the scout ship.
Whichever one doesn't have the crystal tied to it is the one we're leaving.
Yep.
I want to get the hell out of here as quickly as possible.
Good point.
Okay. So you guys are loading the thing up. So you tied this thing to it. Did you touch the actual crystal or just the metal?
Just the metal. I know not to touch it.
Okay, so you are actively, even though you really, really want to, you are avoiding touching it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a good player decision. Okay. Now, what are you guys doing with your 2 psionic prisoners?
Well, we've captured them. Oh, let's ask the paladin what he wants to do with them.
Okay. You actually find the paladin when you get back with his wife already on the bridge. They look more comfortable with the controls than you do.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I've never been a ship flyer. It's not even my ship. Anyway, Supreme Paladin, I don't know if you heard yet. But we
Prime
captured 2.
paladin. I haven't heard anything of your successes. Did you find the item?
We did.
Excellent. What was it? What is it that they were after? Is there some sort of military tech here, or is it ancient? What are they after?
Well, my colleague could maybe answer a little bit better than I can, but it looks like utter nonsense to me, sir.
They're after a crystal.
Interesting. Crystal.
Oh man, I'm almost out of psi points. Can I reach out to Lucilla
Yes.
and see if she's told anybody else?
You can. It doesn't cost a psi point to maintain a close range connection like that. Unless you wanted to use the mind link ability. You can casually pass thoughts back and forth because you took telepathy. That is what you took, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So she's going to explain that her husband doesn't even know she has this gift. She finds it simpler if people don't know.
Roger.
So, but she's going to be like, I've said nothing, but is it what I saw in my dreams? Like, she wants to know too.
Yeah, and I want to touch it so bad.
I suspect that would be a bad idea, considering the interesting individuals that were in that building that I think you probably got it from.
Yeah, we have 2 of them.
On board the ship?
Not the main ones. Like they weren't as strong.
Yeah, they're captured on the ship. Should we have tied up their brains as well?
He's having this conversation inside of her head.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
So, and that's about as far as it's going to go, because really they would just be awkwardly looking at each other, which is going to make Peter a little uncomfortable. He'll be like, this dude keeps staring my wife down, and she's staring back, which is real bad.
I shake my head a little bit.
So in the meantime, Ghost character Sheer has been having a conversation with Prime Paladin, who's like, okay, we've got this thing, it's secured in the cargo hold, we've got all the refugees. You're going to mention the captured people?
Yes, I'd like to.
Okay. He's going to be like, that's interesting. I expected everyone to come willingly. I do remember some of the local governor people before they died with the militia, explaining that there was some sort of cult, that they'd been peaceful up until very recently, but as soon as the Chiton arrived, they were turned fanatical. They were throwing themselves with household butcher knives at the Chiton.
Huh.
Yeah, one guy tried to stab me with a screwdriver, and that's when I shot and killed him. He appeared to be the leader of those 3.
Oh my. Yeah, they seem quite unnerved.
Yeah, they were weird.
Was that kind of like the same behavior between the Chiton going rabid and these guys going rabid?
It almost seems like there is a correlation.
Okay. Yeah, nobody should touch that fucking crystal. And what do you want to do with these captured guys? I think that they should face trial, but they're probably dangerous to have with us. We should check on them, actually.
Dangerous in what way? I agree they should face trial. They absolutely... If they're psionic, it's almost certain that they'll have a very short trial. It's a shame, honestly, but the truth is that this is the reason they're so feared. I don't understand though why you think they're a threat. You have them secured though.
I mean, if they can do things with their brains, then they don't need to be like they're a constant weapon.
Lucilla will be like, "Are they conscious?"
One of them is.
Oh, that is. Perhaps we should sedate them for both our security and their own well-being.
Okay, we'll go do that. I'm gonna make that a priority.
Okay. So you and Dr. Ronald are the only ones who could potentially do that.
We got the doctor from the yeah.
Yeah, that's Dr. Ronald. She's going to have a moral objection to sedating them against their will.
Oh, well, fuck that.
I think you're going to look at her and know that she's going to be like, not me.
All right, that's fine. I'll do it. She can observe if she wants.
She'll go with you. She's not like holding it against you. It's just against her moral code.
Yeah. I'm going to ask her to come with me just to make sure that I don't harm them. Like,
Yep.
Watch over me. Whatever.
She'll go with you.
Okay.
Sammy, did you want to have any more additional conversation with Lucilla?
No. We'll play it cool.
Yeah. Deacon, you are captain of the vessel. The vessel's still on the ground.
All right. So yeah, Prime Paladin, you look very comfortable behind the right there as the pilot.
Oh, I actually served a brief stint with the Scout Services doing some exploration, and I learned how to pilot a ship and man the sensors.
Ah, I too was part of the scout exploration. That's how I got the ship. Somehow I managed never to find myself behind the pilot seat.
It does happen. I mean, everyone has their unique uses. Were you more of the sciences? He says as he's running through pre-flight for you.
I was just doing a bunch of random maintenance here and there, and
a mechanic. I see through the registry that you are in fact the captain of this vessel. I know I'm of the nobility, but I have no desire to usurp your captainship. So,
you seem perfectly at home right there as the pilot. So yeah, you can most certainly just pilot us out of here.
I will. Righty, it's a little rough of a takeoff. The gears were snugged into the trees a little from the hard landing, but he does get you into orbit. As soon as you guys break into orbit, though, that other Triton ship sees you, and you have a decision to make.
Run.
Yeah, let's try to run.
Gonna roll a run. So I need a check from a player. Either Kizik can jump on the pilot seat or the co-pilot seat and try to do the piloting check, or Captain Deacon can use his leadership skills to, command a hasty retreat and maybe squeeze some juice out of the engines or something. If he wants to make an M drive check. Trying to think of what Ghost could do. Ghost is down sedating someone, so I don't think he's going to actually even know that any of this has happened yet.
Yep. Let's go. Let me give you a hand there, Mr. Paladin.
Good call. I don't have shit for leadership.
How's a 9 do?
A 9 gets the job done. So you just want to throttle the engines and put them in your back, right?
Yep. Nose away, pedal to the floor.
Okay. All right. Well, 9 outruns them. So you guys are well and truly away and headed back towards friendly lines, and they can't catch up to you. The little Type S makes it out of the fray, and that's actually the end of this encounter.
Good job, team.
Feels good.
So you guys can make it back to Star Town, or you can stay on the ship. But to give you the cliff notes of what's going to happen is you guys are going to make it back to Zion Trey. And you're going to land, and the prisoners will be handed over to the authorities. The paladin and his wife are going to, have an emotional reunion with their sons. Kia's going to look so relieved that I think she's going to faint. and you guys will get your pay plus bonuses. He offered you a significant bonus for the crystal. So the question of what to do with the crystal is going to be a little bit of a debate. The paladin wants it for study. His wife thinks it should be destroyed. And they're having a quiet conversation on the bridge of the ship when the rest of the party walks in. Basically debating whether it should be destroyed or studied.
Yeah, that's not my...
I mean, we can talk to him. So we knocked on the door and said, "Hey, we're pretty sure you've got a thing that the Triton were coming for." And the guy talked is a legion. I'm pretty sure that the guy touched the crystal and the crystal took over his mind. Studying it without touching it, I don't know if this is just a beacon right now. The Triton are going to show up at our back door.
So Peter's going to be, he's going to once again raise, he's going to be like, "You're an interesting individual, aren't you? How would you possibly come about all of that information and touching it change someone? That's..." And he's like, "I suspect that you are a unique individual."
I'm a belter. I live my life on the edge. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff. I don't know if you call me unique. I guess I'm unique is kind of cool, but yeah, I
He's grinning broadly, and he's like, "I think you know that wasn't what I meant."
you have me at a disadvantage. You're one of the most popular people in the entire galaxy.
That seems like a stretch. I do what I can, and not all nobles do, and that is an unfortunate uniqueness for me and my wife. But regardless of all that, we should loop back to the matter at hand, which is, what do we do with this artifact? If this is somehow a weapon we can use against the Triton, we could save all of humanity with this. Or if it's some kind of beacon that would create danger, it's not like they aren't already coming to this world.
Yeah. They...
And whatever we do, we don't give it to them.
And that Lucilla's going to speak up and be like, "But if it is something they can use against us, and we don't destroy it, then it could be some sort of conduit they could use to attack us. It should be destroyed." And, they're going back and forth with their basic points being along the lines of, Peter's like, we could learn things from it or even use it as a weapon. And Lucilla's point is, it's very dangerous. It's already destroyed people. And what if it could be used as a weapon against us? And they both ping, especially if Sammy's engaging them, they both ping on anyone who's willing to join the conversation.
What if we use it as a trap and destroy it with any of the Chitin that come after it?
That's an idea.
I'm leaning a little bit towards keeping it to study it for a little bit, but also beware that, yes, it has attracted lots of Chitin in that one area.
Peter strokes his chin as though he has a beard, which he doesn't. He's like, "That's a compromise." And Lucilla sighs, like she's like, "That's probably the best I'm going to get." And she's like, that's an acceptable deal. But if we do this, we must make sure it's destroyed in the process.
Yeah. Do we know how to destroy it? I mean, bombs?
He looks at it, he's like, "It's very beautiful, but it does look like it's crystalline in nature. While it obviously has some sort of visual illusion attached to it." He almost reaches out and touches it, but he stops himself.
Like focused sound waves?
No idea.
Throw it into his son.
Maybe I can pay one of the Billy Bobs to touch it. Just find out what happens real quick.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Lucilla looks at you like you just turned into Satan himself.
That's cool. Haven't you been in the military before?
get your vaccine. Touch a big glowing green rock. Oh, we caught a Kevin, didn't we? I'll have Kevin touch it.
So, that's worth mentioning that when you did disembark, they had to carry Kevin out on a stretcher. He did eat that glass.
Oh man,
He didn't make it.
what a noob.
You should have sedated their scions quicker.
All right, so
I vote.
I'm gonna leave it there. You guys can vote however you want, but I think you sold them on the idea of using it as a trap. It's also worth noting that the base A plus benefits came out to 90,000 a person, but because you retrieved the Nexus, Peter doubled your pay, so it's 180k a person for the mission.
All right.
You're also going to get 2 more weeks of study time while the ship undergoes repairs and maintenance, and all this bureaucracy is sorted out.
How much do I have to pay to maintain the ship?
You don't for this particular part. This is, well, once again, Peter commissioned the mission, so he's going to pay for the ship to be taken care of. Also, under normal circumstances, when you're running missions with the raid company, you guys aren't managing the finances of the company. The overall contract pay was in the millions of credits. So if the ship needed to be maintained and it wasn't badly damaged, most likely it'll be a hand wave, because the company would cover the maintenance. But if you take it out and get it damaged yourself, that's a different issue.
Okay, just double checking. And well, I've got a lot more credits than I used to have. So last time I started in small craft, can I retroactively shift that to
Starship, because you didn't realize which was which. Yes, you can.
Yeah, the spacecraft. Okay. All right, so I get 2 more weeks in that, so I'm up to 4. Woohoo! And I guess the other mechanics that I want to make sure I'm doing correctly. I may have screwed it up. For gun combat, I just said I had 0 for. I initially didn't pick one, but it eventually just became energy. Is that how it's supposed to work? If it's any of the gun combat electronics drive, you just pick one of the 3.
I'm a little confused. So when you take a 0 in gun combat, all the subcategories get 0, and then you have to pick one for every rank after that.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm still at 0 for all of those. Okay, so it's 0 for everything, including electronics. Okay. And if I were to... Alright. So my training would just be generic pilot, and it would be 0 in all 3?
Yep.
Because right now I don't have anything in pilot whatsoever.
Yep. Give me a second, guys. I want to close the stream.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Hope you had a good time. Looks like Traveler's going relatively well. We got some people going back and forth. And looks like we'll be doing an ambush mission next time. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.